This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
About to bring gold back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
And how sweet it is! A state gold medal for the Union Scotties!
And the Shannock Lancers are your 2A softball champions. The trophy lifted high.
The 10th seed Union Scotties are WPIAL champions.
They're not a Cinderella story, a championship story here.
And your 2023 WPIL 2A Girls Champions, the Shenango Wildcats.
The pitch from Bruce, here it comes. Swing and a miss! Union wins it! The Union Scotties have rallied to win the WPIAL championship.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
7 seconds. Working down inside and alley-oop the young gun.
To strike it and score!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Coming to you live from Tiger Stadium. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. Coverage of the WPIAL football playoffs, the Class 2A quarterfinals, as the 4-seed Imani Christian Saints take on the 5-seed Mohawk Warriors. Alongside Tim Continenza, I'm James Dotson. Rob Nattel working the camera duties, our camera and producer tonight. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by the Sons of Italy, Lodge 1171. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by MVP Insurance, Maley Chiropractic, Luxembourg Garvey, Kelly and George, The Red Zone, Castle Asphalt, Newcastle Transit Authority, Washington Center Physical Therapy, Medora Bonner Law, Penn, Ohio Bottled Water, Health and Motion Physical Therapy, Pontius Insurance, Joseph's Marketplace, Gem Builders Incorporated, Works in Progress Paint Services, Doran Concrete, BMF Tax and Financial, the City Rescue Mission, 96 Shine Company, the Mohawk Teachers Association, the Tri-County Principals Association, and the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Number 4 versus number 5. Gotta love it here in the quarterfinals. A trip to the semis on the line here. Tim Continenza and two very similar looking teams when you got Mohawk at 9-2 overall, Imani Christian at 8-2 overall, each team finishing second in their respective conferences with just a single loss between them. And the first time matchup between the Saints and the Warriors here tonight. So we're going to have a fun one here at Moon Stadium.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of a counterpunch type game where each one's going to try to fill each other out at the beginning of the game and try to see if there's some weaknesses they can attack and take advantage of. But it'll be, I think, a really great matchup of coaches as you got, Leroy Johnson in his second year with the Saints, and of course Tim McCutcheon in his 9th season with the Warriors. And I think in the end, this is going to be about playmaking. And what we're going to see, I think, what team, both offensively or defensively, can come up with the biggest big plays of the game, because I think this is going to be a big play game between these two schools. They're both going to be looking to score quickly and often. One
of our 3 games that we have on tap here tonight on the Lawrence County SportsNet, including the Union game against Clairton, this one here, Imani against Mohawk, and we have Neshannock hosting Beaver Falls, all on the LC SportsNet network tonight. What's crazy, too, is that Clairton Union game, expecting a high-scoring game there. Both those teams over 40 in their opening round game. Guess what? Same thing here. Mohawk 42-0 winners over Burrell in the opening round. 52-14 the score in Imani Christian's Mercy Rule victory over Waynesburg. But when you ask both of these coaches, their emphasis is defense first. And I think with that, wouldn't be surprising if you see a bit of a lower-scoring contest than maybe what is anticipated overall. And it also wouldn't surprise me if it's a big team. Special teams, I think, would make a huge difference.
And maybe the first team to 24 to 28 range will have the best opportunity to win tonight's ball game. But I think the team that can actually establish the run is going to have some opportunities to really keep a defense on its toes, not just in the passing game and the big splash plays, but as a ground and pound type opportunities. If it's up the middle for 4 or 5, or if it's able to get the edge and turn it upfield for some big gainers.
We're going to take a quick break here on our Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show. We'll come back, break this one down as the Saints take on the Warriors. Back in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by the Sons of Italy, Lodge 1171.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
After 2 shoulder surgeries, my doctor wanted me to go to his physical therapy, which was out of town, and I chose Washington Center Physical Therapy.
The availability is absolutely amazing. When we call to get an athlete in, we get them in the exact same day.
I see many patients preoperatively for orthopedic surgeries. Those patients who use Washington Center have the best outcomes.
The bottom line is Washington Center Physical Therapy is your best choice for physical therapy.
Call us at Washington Center Physical Therapy, serving the community for over 20 years.
And this is our Washington Center Physical Therapy pregame show. Glad to have it for you here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Video coverage on NFHS Network. And tonight's audio coverage available for free courtesy of the Sons of Italy, Lodge 1171. Thanks to their support of county student athletes. Follow them on Facebook, Sons of Italy 1171, for updates of special events at the club. Great Veterans Day activities going on tomorrow. Shows during the week of Thanksgiving and much more. Give them a call at 724-658-9390 for more info and to see what events are coming up next. Tim, as we get ready to kick this one off, I think one of the top storylines is going to be the fact that Imani Christian playing without their 1,000-yard passer, a transfer this season, so he is ineligible for the postseason. However, they got a pretty good option coming in quarterback when you get a 4-star athlete moving from linebacker to QB. Oh, by the way, he showed his arm off with a couple of long touchdowns last week, too.
Yeah, he certainly did, and then that's exactly what you want to do. You want to find your best athlete that's available and put them at quarterback, especially in a situation where you don't have your normal number one going. And Deshaun Barnett has done just that. He was 31 of 48 for 595 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions so far on the season. So not too shabby when you look at the numbers, what he has added to the offense here for Imani Christian. And when you really get down to it, it's going to be putting pressure on him and making him feel uncomfortable. And in a position that he's obviously can play, but because of his athletic ability and his just overall ability. But I think that's going to be most key.
We're going to step aside for our national anthem. We'll be back in a moment. More coverage coming at lcsportsnet.com and the NFHS Sports Network.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more. The Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools. Stop by the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Zeliopol or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size.
love to see them move in a lot of different positions. Give the ball to Justin Boston. You're making a correct call.
You said the word key, so let's get right into it. Your keys to the game brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services, and that's one of the ones right there. We're not shipping up to Boston. We're passing up to Boston, because I think that is the exact key, too, is that you know he's going to run the ball. He had 149 yards and 2 scores on the ground last week, but getting him to work in the receiving game, on screen plays or swing passes or just as that, third option, block and go out into the flat, I think is going to be a big part of that for the Mohawk offense for sure. And the other thing I want to talk about is Jay Rona as a runner, as an athlete. We know he can throw the ball. He's going to have to buy some time in the pocket and probably have to scramble and run a little bit. The legs of Rona, I think, could be a big key in this one today.
Yeah, and he's not afraid to extend the play and keep looking downfield to throw it, but we've seen him run, past the line of scrimmage and become a runner and be very effective at that. So I think opportunities to move the sticks is going to be really key on those situations. Either set up second and third down and short, if that's the case that he becomes a runner, or in a sense that give him a chance to pick up the yardage of gain and get that first down and continue a drive. But again, I love this team's really ability. When you look at the guys up front, you got Chapman, you got McPherson, Mays, Sumney, and Birchfield. They've all done the job this year. They've all worked together to try to buy time, blow some holes open for Justin Boston. We watched Boston have an amazing game against Beaver Falls a few weeks ago. So it's not uncommon, to see him run the ball. But I think tonight's game, you want it in the hands of your quarterback and let him make good quality decisions. And he has the weapons. We mentioned a bunch of them right now. And it's just a matter of getting them all involved into the offense, including A.J. Verdi, who we haven't mentioned yet.
And with Mohawk, too, we'll talk about 4 quarters. We say that because Mohawk has made it into the quarterfinals 4 times. This is the 5th time, but they have never made it to the semifinals. So can they play 4 quarters tonight to get it out from the quarters and into the semis? And the other thing, you mentioned the Chapmans, the good young chaps on defense, both Alex and Jackson. Talk about doing everything for this team. Alex playing both ways on the line, Jackson mainly on defense, but comes in at tight end at times. But guess what? They don't get a break at halftime. They go out there with the marching band out there. Alex Chapman is actually part of the district chorus selection this year. Just an all-around student athlete. And those two both had sacks last week, and getting pressure again on the new Imani Christian quarterback in Deshaun Burnett. And containing more than anything as well. Maybe not getting the sacks, but at least containing and not allowing those big splash plays, because that's what Coach McCutcheon was extremely worried about, was avoiding the big.
It's going to be key defensively. If you can get a Chapman to put some pressure on him, if you can get Mays to be able to do that, it's going to make a big difference for this team. And they need that. They need to put some pressure on a quarterback who's not necessarily playing his natural position.
Mohawk just making their way onto the field. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff. Real quick, and Imani Christian key, avoiding the pre-snap penalties. They had a few of those. They also had 3 interceptions in the first half. Did Burnett throwing the football, really settled down in the second half. And Coach Leroy Johnson was very adamant, though. His main key, they got to just handle the moment. It is a young team. Most of their, actually, first time they've been in the playoffs since 2018. So they have a lot of fresh young players who need to just step up and make plays and be able to handle this big-time moment. And he thinks that if they're able to do that they'll have a successful evening here tonight.
Yeah, well, he's very proud of his freshmen as they have grown up throughout the season. Coach Johnson mentioned that he believes that they're kind of playing like sophomores now because of the experience that they've had. I think as you go deeper into a playoffs, 2 things either happens. A, you kind of get more intense into it, and you're not necessarily involved in every play. Mistakes happen for young players. Or B, you just play recklessly, meaning you don't even think about it. It's no big deal. You're just playing football. That's something that you've done all your life.
We're going to step aside one more time. We'll come back, take a look at the brackets, and get you the starting lineups and kickoff here from Moon Tiger Stadium. It's the by Imani against Mohawk, Class 2A quarterfinals at lcsportsnet.com. You're listening to it courtesy of Sons of Italy, Lodge 1171.
With great brands at the best prices at Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun. More of this, and more of this, and this. So you can do more of that, and that, and that, and definitely some of that, while getting together for more of that, and that. Yes! Have more fun with great brands at the best prices, only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
At Penn West University, we're making college make sense again for people who maybe thought college wasn't the answer. We're making college practical with programs tied to in-demand jobs that prepare you for success right away. We're making college accessible by breaking down barriers and offering more choices. We're making college approachable with faculty who understand where you're coming from and help you get where you're going. At Penn West, we're making college valuable again for people just like you. Learn more at pennwest.edu.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outski your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
You can shop for pretty much anything online. Clothes, food, vacations, you name it, all without ever leaving the comfort of your couch. Finally, banking can be just that easy too. With the all-new FMB e-store, you can shop for hundreds of financial products to manage your money, all from the comfort of your couch. From clicks to bricks, we've got you covered. Experience the FMB e-store in branch, on your phone, or online at fmb-online.com.
Taking a look at your brackets are brought to you by Gem and Creative Edge. A creative look at these brackets. Winner this one takes on Steel Valley or Western Beaver in the 1-9 matchup. This is 4-5 Imani against Mohawk. You got 2 versus 10 on the network tonight. New Shannock against Beaver. Black uniforms. Josh Wilkins ready to boot it away.
You know, we didn't mention about that. That is going to be such a weapon here in a game where if you can get it past the 40-yard line, he's in play.
Deep to receive. They were standing at their own 15, now backing up inside their own 5 are the 2 return men, and Wilkins is going to boot this deep into the end zone here. Actually landed through the end zone for a touchback, so starting at their own 20 will be Deshaun Burnett and the Imani Christian offense. Gabe Jenkins, the freshman running back. You'll see David Davis in the backfield as well. Wide receivers, Marcus Williams, William Gorman, Chevron Allen, and the offensive line, Kyer Howe, Marcus Hart, Davon Johnson, Matt Fulmore, and Fred Woodfork.
And yet, of course, brought to you by Dorn & Concrete, laying the foundation for your team. Don't just let anybody lay down the foundation for your home or business. Visit dornandconcrete.com for your free estimate today.
So you're going to have Burnett in the gun on 1st and 10, first play of the game. They're going to bring Williams in motion from right to left. There were 4 receivers to begin. Now send a man in motion, dropping back, looking to throw, and throwing down the field. Has a man streaking behind the defense. It's going to be underthrown and dropped. Boston went for the interception, got turned around, and if the receiver, Davis, was able to hold on to it, that was going to be an 80-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, it was just underthrown, to Davis. It was down by his knees. He reached down to get it, but he tried to scoop it, and it just went off his hands and to the turf. So they'll bring up 2nd down and 10. But, yeah, you can't let him get behind the defense on a consistent basis.
And I'll tell you what, too, it looked like that pass was going to get held up in the air, and Boston thought he was going to undercut it and maybe knock it away or intercept it, but it just kept on floating. And you see the arm right there that it was a 35-yard, 40-yard bomb in the air. And hold the phone. I believe we had illegal shift. I didn't think the man in motion had gotten set. So no play. 1st down and 15 on the illegal shift. Two receivers each way. Be design run the entire way for Burnett, the quarterback. Linebacker turned quarterback. Bounces off a couple of tackles. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. That's a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're going to do with Deshaun. They're going to use him as a runner, not going to be afraid to throw downfield, as you've seen on that previous play that was negated. But they're going to use him as a runner and the others in Davis and Gorman.
2nd down and 10, so no real change. Burnett dropping back, looking to throw. Flag thrown in the backfield. Another lob down the middle of the field. Jump ball knocked away. Great defensive play. That's the freshman, your newbie of the game, getting going right there. Cash Stratton in one-on-one. But Williams, the basketball player, trying to box him out there, Tim, but Stratton said no thanks.
Yeah, he played it nicely to the side and jumped right in front of the play and knocked that down. So that is your newbie play of the game. The next generation of physical therapy is here. Health in Motion is the only PT clinic.
So it was either going to be 3rd and 10 or 2nd and 20, as there was a holding call, and Mohawk has chosen to accept that penalty. So 2nd down and 20 coming up. 2 early penalties against Imani Christian, and now I think Coach McCutcheon saying, no, wait, we don't want to accept that.
Yeah, they think they're going to do it.
Oh, no, I guess they are. Okay. It looked like the official was going to come stop that. Zone read, handoff, Jenkins going nowhere. Bounced off his own man, somehow still going, but he's not going anywhere but backwards. Back to the 8-yard line, a loss of 2. The swarming red, white, and black defense.
Yeah, they got in there defensively. The linebackers were able to fill that gap and make the difference and force him back into the middle of the field, but he had nowhere to go. He loses 2. And they keep going the wrong direction here on 3rd down and long.
Scooter McPherson, Alex Chapman, Jack Mays, and Brian Birchfield on the defensive line. Joey Nail, A.J. Verdi, and Jackson Chapman are the backers. Bobby Fadden, Blake Logan, Dante Retort, and Justin Boston in the secondary. It's 3rd down and 22 to go. Ball at the 8-yard line of Imani Christian on the opening possession of the game. An illegal shift and holding penalty already pushing them backwards. High snap, Burnett able to corral it, drops back, looking down the field, buying time, has to get chased out of the pocket by Wagner, now scrambling out to his right, still looking down the field, tucks and runs. He's not going very far. He's going to be tripped up after a short 3 or 4 yard gain. Initial pressure by Lightning Leighton Wagner.
Yeah, and then Boston was there to clean it up as he slipped and fell at the 12-yard line, and I'll force a punt. So a perfect scenario here for the Warriors to start the ball game defensively. Push them back inside the 10 on 3rd down and long. They'll get it out to the 12 and have to punt the ball away here.
And Mohawk will be ready to receive with Retort and Fadden standing at the Imani 40-yard line. Burnett is the punter, so keep an eye on that. It is 4th and 18. He stands at his own goal line. Snap back. Burnett able to boot it away. Low end-over-end kick. Mohawk's going to retreat and get out of the way. Takes an Imani Christian bounce at the 35 and out to the 38-yard line. So the Warrior offense in plus territory to begin their first drive with 9:33 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better start here for the Warriors. Not only get a untraditional or a 3 and out with all the penalties, but they get the job done. They get the ball back, and they get the start at the Saints 38-yard line. Quite honestly, if they don't go anywhere, they legitimately could bring out Josh Wilkins with the win for a long field goal.
They're hoping to get 6 instead of 3, however. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line on Mohawk's first possession. 2 tight ends. And sidecar left is Boston. He'll get the handoff up the middle. Fights forward, gets about a yard or 2, and that's it to the 37-yard line. Tackled there by Fred Woodford. The offensive line, Alex Chapman, Scooter McPherson, Jack Mays, Dylan Sunday, and Brian Birchfield. The receivers are Dante Retort, Bobby Fadden, Blake Logan. You'll see Joey Nail in there as well. A.J. Verdi, the tight end fullback. Justin Boston, the running back, approaching 1,000 yards on the year. And Jay Rona, over 2,000 passing yards on the season, the senior quarterback. Same formation. Tight ends are Wagner and Verdi. Almost looks like kind of a single wing sort of setup as Rona takes the shotgun snap. He's looking. He's going to fire down one-on-one coverage for Retort. Jump ball's going to be knocked away actually by the offensive player as Retort basically had to knock it away from Arrington in coverage.
Yeah, Retort became the defender on that play because the ball was thrown on the inside. He had more of a play on the outside of the numbers, but Unfortunately, the ball went inside and it'll bring up third down and long. But, again, they just need to look to complete a pass here. They don't have to get all 9. If they get 7, they'll bring up a good fourth down situation here for this offense.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 3rd down and 9 from the Imani 37-yard line. Run it in the gun, and we got motion all over the place.
Yeah, we got, I believe, Dylan Sumney jumping a little too soon there on the offensive line for the Warriors.
The defense for Imani Christian, Kyer Howell, Marcus Hart, Fred Woodfork are the down linemen. David Compton, Anthony Portis, the inside backers. Deshaun Burnett and William Gorman, the stellar outside backers. Burnett, again, the 4-star linebacker. William Gorman had 3 sacks in the third quarter alone last week. And in the secondary, you'll see Gabe Jenkins, Isaiah Arrington, Marcus Williams, and David Davis out there as well. 3rd and 9 just became 3rd and 14. Mohawk will send trips to the left. Rona dropping back. Fires off his back foot to the near sideline. It's the jump ball. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for Fadden, and there had some room over on the near side for Bobby Fadden, but kind of didn't get the arms all fully extended there.
Yeah, the ball kind of hung up on him. He thought he was going to get it a little sooner than he did, and it gave the defender a chance to close the gap there and made it a little difficult for that catch. But unfortunately, the Warriors go back on their first possession, and they'll have to punt the ball away here. But they should hopefully have a great punt inside the 20.
It is Blake Logan to boot it away. Has to run up to get the snap, and he's going to try to coffin corner this one. Angles it towards the sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. About the 15 to 20-yard line, I think, is where they'll end up marking it. And right at the 20. So both teams moving backwards, Tim. -8 yards for Imani Christian, -4 yards for Mohawk on their opening possession.
Yeah, not ideal for either team, especially teams that have been known for to be able to score early in ball games. But it's going to be kind of that counterpunch situation, filling out each team, trying to find out exactly what they're trying to do, and then give their offense a chance to dissect some of the defense. We'll see how the second possession goes here for the Saints.
8:46 remaining, and now they're going to go with the jumbo package. 2 extra linemen in there, and it looks like a Wildcat setup. High snap corralled by the quarterback. Believe that's number 4, Davis, on the carry. He's going to get a 3-yard gain. We are pretty high up here at Moon, so tough to see exactly who is getting the snaps. That was Davis on a 3-yard carry from the Wildcat, and he's quickly right back up to the line. He'll take another high snap, trying to run it up the middle, and not a lot of room. Bounces off a couple of tackles, keeps the legs flying past the 25, out to the 27-yard line, so a gain of 4 there. 3rd down and 3, and again, they're going to quickly get up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, anytime you're running the direct snap type offense, you want to get quickly. You want to get there and see if you can draw someone off because they're jumping too fast, and you just want to, get there and fire off and just move bodies.
Davis also with a bunch of D1 looks. High snap, has to leap up to get this one, trying to run to the near sideline, and timing all thrown off. Fadden got there first, and Logan says no thank you. That's a huge loss back inside the 20, down to the 16, 17-yard line.
Yeah, that's a quarterback sandwich right there. It was a situation where they ran one way, and then Fadden was right there to finish it for them as they forced them back to his left. And Fadden was just waiting for him, and they pushed him back all the way down to the 15-yard line.
A loss of 11, so gains of 3 and 4, and then a loss of 11 on the 3 Wildcat carries for David Davis. And again, Imani's going to have to punt on 4th and long, 4th and 13 from deep in their own territory.
It looks like the Warriors are going to stand a little closer to the line of scrimmage this time to receive the punt.
High, short punt, and again, Mohawk's just going to get out of the way, bounces at the 30, again takes a good Imani bounce, and is going to stop right about the exact same spot, the 39-yard line this time. So through 2 possessions, -11 yards for Imani's offense. 7:04 remaining in the first quarter. Audio-only coverage at lcsportsnet.com, presented today by Sons of Italy, Lodge 1171. Remember, their Veterans Day breakfast tomorrow, the 11th, free to all veterans, active duty military, and their spouses. Doors open at 6:30 tomorrow morning, a blessing at 7, and then breakfast will be served, and the Honor Guard will pay tribute as well. Two tight end set for Mohawk on their second possession, starting at the Imani 39-yard line.
We got a false start again on Mohawk. Unfortunately, they ran again on the left side. It was Alex Chapman jumping the gun on that snap. It's going to cost them 5, and it'll be 1st and 15.
And with the rushers that Imani Christian has, not a terrible surprise, Tim, that you are getting some real quick feet, antsy feet there as an offensive lineman.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I think they're just they know their assignment and they're ready to do it. They're just jumping the gun a little too quick, and they just got to settle in and play Warriors football here.
So 1st and 15, ball at the Imani 44-yard line. 2 receivers each way. Play action, rolling out to his left is Rona. Has a man open in the flat. It's Verdi, caught at the 40. Turns upfield to the 35, out of bounds at the 33-yard line. We talked about getting the running backs the ball on the catches, and here's one really a tight end fullback getting a nice gain of about 10 yards.
Yeah, nice little misdirection rollout there for Rona. Nice safe play. Have, as you mentioned, the tight end and A.J. Verdi roll with him and just take the little dump pass and turn it upfield, get the shoulder squared, and he picks up 6 or 7.
That's like 11. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Right. That's only his 10th catch of the year, by the way. 3 receivers to the right now on 2nd and 4. And a quick swing pass to the right side. High pass caught by Rona, but because the pass was high, there's nowhere to go. He's hit immediately by David Compton for no gain.
Yeah, Fadden was there. Actually, he led him, but it was a little high, and he had to jump for it to make the catch. And then once he did that, he kind of lost his footing and just got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 coming up here for Mohawk. They've been obviously trying to get the passing game started here. We've seen them very much intense on that, so we'll see how they handle it. See if they can get Boston involved somehow with the ball.
They're actually going to give a loss of 1 on that completion. 3rd down and 5. Boston with 1 carry so far. Will he get 1 here on 3rd and 5? He will get the handoff up the middle. Finds a hole to the 30. Breaks a tackle. He's got the 1st down. Your first Castle Asphalt conversion of the day. On a needing 5, he picked up 9 tough yards up the middle.
Yeah, Justin Boston, when you need something, you want to get the ball in his hands. He just followed his blockers right up the gut and just kept churning. And once he got past the sticks, he wasn't satisfied until he got down to the 26.
Christian, a couple of 3-and-outs going backwards on both their possessions. Mohawk also went backwards on their first, trying to drive on the edge of the red zone here. 3 men in the backfield with Rona yet again. 7 men in the box, so give it to Boston anyway. Tries to bounce to the right. He's going nowhere. Dragged down for a loss. William Gorman in there amongst other black shirts for a 2-yard loss.
And that was just a scenario where the Saints just got penetration into the backfield and there was just nowhere to go. On a short side of the field, right, and they brought down Boston. But again, you're seeing a good pace here from the offense for Mohawk.
Second down and 12, ball at the 28-yard line. Boston to the left of Rona in the gun as Mohawk goes right to the left as you listen. Scrambling to his left is Rona. Throw to the flat. It's going to be one-hand attempt, and unable to get to it was Boston. And there's the pressure. When they're behind the sticks like that, Tim, they're struggling to protect Rona right now. And there's also a flag on the far sideline, Tim. Sideline warning, it looks like, against Imani Christian.
Yep.
So no penalty, but another sideline interference would be a personal foul.
Early in the game to pick that up, so you got to pay attention to that. As, of course, the sticks are all on that Imani side. So that's really where they pay attention to that sideline situation.
3rd down and 12 coming up. We're down to 4:56 remaining in the opening quarter. Number 4, Imani Christian. Number 5, Mohawk. First time these two teams have played. Mohawk trying to make it to the Wpial semifinals for the first time in program history. Rona dropping back. Throw quickly into the flat is knocked down. Great hands, great awareness, and why not? Deshaun Burnett saw the running back leaking out and just got the hand up there and swatted it away.
It'd be a 45-yard attempt if they send him out, and they have. Josh Wilkins will come out for the field goal attempt. This is like a chip shot for him. We've seen him basically drill a 50-yarder earlier this year.
49 yards, I believe, was a Lawrence County record when he booted that one against Western Beaver, and they will mark it with Bobby Fadden. Yeah, he drilled one from 49 yards a couple of weeks ago in that mucky weather, Tim.
Yeah, against
Ball on the right hash. Batten waiting snap. It's back. Kick is up. It's got the leg, and it is good. A 45-yard boom from Josh Wilkins puts Mohawk on the board first with 4:46 remaining in the opening quarter. Mohawk 3, Imani 0. Back in a moment. It's lcsportsnet.com and on the NFHS Sports Network.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority. Going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
So how about that, Tim? You get to see the leg. You kind of mentioned it right before kickoff, appropriately enough, that the legs of Jeff Wilkins could be big. I already said it. Jeff Wilkins, his nephew Josh Wilkins, booting it from 45 yards out.
Good again.
The kickoff goes through the uprights again. Wow, Wilkins, a 45-yard kick, and then the kickoff through the end zone for another touchback. Mohawk leading 3-0.
That brings up a situation that doesn't come off often in any game in football, but at the end of a quarter, end of a half type scenario, end of a game, if you ever force a punt, call for a fair catch, and you get that free kick, he could get 60 yards. It would not be improbable for him. We've seen him just do that here, and you get just a regular kick. But, yeah, he's a huge weapon, especially in the playoffs. That's why I mentioned it earlier. And in close games, these 3 points can make a big difference.
It was a 7-play, 6-yard drive officially, Tim, but it ends with 3 points on the board. Third possession for Imani. Design run the whole way for the quarterback, Burnett. His best run of the game on the right edge. Gets out past the 25 to the 28-yard line. Pickup of 8 on first down.
Yeah, once he got on the outside, only one left there to make the play was Retort, and he did a nice job bringing down Burnett. And in the process, though, he picks up 9 yards, and he'll bring up a second down and short. This is what the Saints want to do. They want to be able to run the ball, kind of lull you to sleep, and then throw it over the top. So you got to pay attention here on second down and 1 to see if they go up top.
Yeah, Burnett has tried a couple down the field already, but has not thrown an official pass because both were negated by penalties. He'll take another design run up the middle. He's got a first down past the 30. Again, with the rugby scrum out past the 35 to the 36-yard line. He's got carries of 5, 4, 9, and now 7 yards so far.
Yeah, he's looking good, and he's keeping his body forward and leveled in good position as he is able to spin, not lose balance, and pick up yardage.
Mohawk with the 3-0 advantage. We're down to 3:40 on a winding first quarter clock. Imani with possession at their own 37-yard line. They went backwards on each of their first 2 drives. They'll go 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Burnett in the gun. Jenkins sidecar to his right. Jenkins will get the handoff up the middle. Not a lot of room, held up immediately by Chapman and Chapman.
And that's what you needed. You needed a defense to come up big here on first down. You definitely want to keep the Saints in second and third long situations. You don't want to have what you had in the previous 3 downs where they were able to get a 2nd and 1 and then run off a 7-yard play for the first down.
2nd down and 8 as he did fall forward for a couple of yards there, did Jenkins. Low snap actually bounces, going to be picked up by the running back Jenkins, just trying to get something out of nothing, and maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, lost a yard.
Yeah, he's going to lose at least 1 on the play, and they'll bring up 3rd down and 9. But yeah, just a bad snap. The ball scooted on the ground and went right past the quarterback, but Jenkins was there to scoop up the mess and move forward and at least get close to the line of scrimmage.
Coach Leroy Johnson talked about being able to rise to the moment and handle the moment. The freshman center had a couple of wild snaps last week, and he's had a couple of wild ones here so far in the opening quarter. It's now 3rd down and 9 with 2:15 remaining in the first quarter. As Burnett drops back, looks to set up a bubble screen to the far sideline. Caught at the line of scrimmage, but well read by the Mohawk defense. Nail gets to Davis first. He's still fighting forward past the 40. Out to the 43, dragging to the 44 before finally getting brought down. And now this is going to be interesting because Imani didn't punt it all last week. They went forward a lot. Coach Johnson, kind of an analytics guy and a feelings guy. It's 4th down and 3 to go, Tim.
Well, they got a great running game, and I can understand why they would want to go here. And if they can they're averaging 7 to 8 yards on positive plays, so you've got to be thinking that's what they're going to do here.
And they will go for it on 4th down and 3 from the 44-yard line. And it is going to be Davis on a Wildcat going to the left edge. He's got the first down and more across midfield, racing down the far sideline, and tiptoes finally knocked out of bounds at the 35. Needed just
around the 40-yard line, and they're going to mark them down at the 39, but a big run here for the Saints. This is what they needed after giving up that three-pointer. They wanted to get a drive going, and they're showing what they do best, running the ball.
He stepped out of bounds at the 39, so that's a Wildcat run of 17 yards for David Davis to get the first down. Down to a minute 30 remaining in the first quarter. Shotgun snap, play action from Burnett. He's going to fire one down the field. Has the man open behind the defense. It's Williams for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's what the Saints love to do. They run, and they go over the top, and that's what they did. He had a 5-yard gap between that and the defender. It was just, once it got into the breadbasket, it was just a matter of him strolling into the end zone for the touchdown.
39-yard touchdown. Marcus Williams had a bunch of catches last week. His 5th touchdown of the season gives Imani Christian the lead.
It looks like they'll go for 2 here.
Yeah, they only went for 2 last week.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen them get behind the defense, and this time Burnett was able to make the play.
Wildcat look, and just running up the middle is Burnett. It's going to be close, and I don't think he got in. He's going to be just short, so the conversion doesn't get there. So it will be a 6-3 score. Imani with the touchdown in the lead, but the Mohawk defense holds on the conversion. Back in a moment. It's lcsportsnet.com. You're watching at NFHS Sports Network.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
7 plays, 80 yards. A 39-yard pass from Burnett to Williams makes it 6-3 Imani late in the first quarter.
That Marcus Place drive summary. You can find Joseph's Marcus Place in Newcastle, your favorite family-owned grocery store and coffee shop. Check out the cafe and bakery section and a place order to go at josephsnc.com.
Kickoff is going to be behind shorts. That's a muff by Stratton, but he falls back on it at the 33-yard line. And it went right off of his chest pad there, and luckily he was able to snag it before all the black jerseys came smothering on it.
Yeah, special team coach is going to be talking to all his players today. I think every time they go out on the field, you got to pay attention to the short kicks. They're going to have short punts. When they do punt, they're going to have short kickoffs. They're not going to, put the ball deep in play. You have to be responsible and get to the ball and get down if you have to. If you can secure it and advance it, do it. But you're going to have to really pay attention to that. They're going to try to take advantage of a short field and maybe a muff kick to take the possession back.
So they mark it at the 33-yard line. 3 receivers left for Mohawk. They struggle to get anything moving, though. They do have 3 points on the board. Quick screen to Fatton. He's got blockers in front. Put it 35, dragging forward out to the 38, maybe the 39-yard line. Good pickup on first down of 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need to do. Just kind of get something positive going and get close to 6 on the play. And I'll bring up 2nd down and 4 coming up here for the Warriors. And that's what they just got to get into a rhythm. I mean, this team is really a rhythm-driven team. And I think the better rhythm they feel, the more confident they get.
They do give them 6 out to the 39-yard line. So 2nd down coming up, 2nd down and 4. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Mohawk trailing Imani 6-3. Verdi, the man in motion, goes from left to right. Low snap, handled by Rona, hands it off to Boston, and again, not a lot of room there in the middle. Imani comfortable to go and stack 7, 8, even 9 in the box right now, Tim.
Yeah, well, they're anytime I think you're going to see Boston in the backfield, they're going to expect to run. So what you really got to do is kind of maybe just use him as a decoy, have him in the backfield and then line up into the slot or into the wing position and just move it around. Even he could take the ball from the wing and run around the edge. So there's a lot of opportunities here. We'll just see how they do it. But I think the key coming into the game for Imani was to stop Justin Boston. They're going to do everything they can to do that.
And that's the end of the first quarter. It'll be 3rd down and 4 when we return at the other side of this break. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet. It's Imani versus Mohawk. It's brought to you by Sons of Italy, Lodge 1171.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Natalie Lape of Mohawk Cross Country as the October LGKG Female Athlete of the Month for her comeback performance and leading her team to another Wpial championship. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Braylon Thomas of Union Football as October's LGKG Male Athlete of the Month as the first player in county history to throw for and run for 1,000 yards in the regular season. Congratulations and best of luck to Mohawk's Natalie Lape and Union's Braylon Thomas, October's LGKG Athletes of the Month.
Clock here, Tim. Second quarter coming your way. It's a 3rd down and 4 for Mohawk, trailing 6-3. They're going to send 2 receivers each way here on 3rd down and 4 for the Warriors at their own 39-yard line. Again, 7 men right in the box, stacked up against the line. They bring the house. Quick throw is going to be caught by Verdi. He breaks a tackle across midfield. First down and more to the 40. Makes another man miss at the 30. Down the far sideline to the 25-20 before he's knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. The red blitz, he got it out and got a huge gain.
That's Jay Rona understanding what he's seeing, getting to his hot receiver, and Verdi then makes the play, avoids the tackle, and goes right down the Imani sideline, down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Big pickup. And here comes the Warriors in the red zone for the first time here tonight.
Make sure you stop by the red zone there on Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. A 42-yard gain to the tight end. Verdi, a couple of catches already here in the first half. Sets it up 1st down at the 19. Handoff for Boston. And as soon as they're in the red zone, they're back out of the red zone because that one was blown up immediately up the middle by the defensive line and the linebacker David Compton coming in to shut it down for a loss.
Yeah, so far they've been determined to go up the middle with Boston every time, which is not a bad strategy because we've seen him slip through tackles and break tackles throughout the season. But this might be a scenario where you want to try to maybe get him to the edge here, maybe a quick pass or a screen type scenario, just to get a different look here to Justin to see if he can do something as we've seen him do.
Man in motion on 2nd down. It's going to be a backwards pass to Fadden. He better go and grab it, and he's going to keep on running. Did we hear a whistle? I didn't hear a whistle. He picked it back up and is running down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be close to a 1st down. How about the awareness of the sophomore?
I was just going to say, what a great play there by – it was behind him, and ball bounced, and he picked it up and just ran right down the sideline. It was definitely a backwards pass, and – fortunate, get the good bounce, get the Australian rules football type bounce, and he says, all right, I'll take it and go right down the sidelines for the 1st down, and it'll be actually just short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and 1 coming up here. He picks up 11 of the 12 he needed.
Yeah, interesting there. That's exactly how you draw that one up. I mean, he was dribbling like he was on the basketball court.
Yeah.
It was a backwards pass all the way.
So it's a running play.
Yeah, I mean, and again, good awareness to grab it and keep running. Never heard a whistle. Again, we're in a closed booth, so we're not going to hear much of anything. 3rd down and 1 now. The call in the gun is Rona. He's going to throw, roll out to his right now, looking back to his left, well covered, steps up in the pocket, avoids one rusher. He's going to look to run. He's got the 1st down inside the 10 and slides down at about the 6-yard line, asking for a flag as he got hit, but it was a bit of a late slide into second base. Nonetheless, a 3rd down conversion. It's 1st and goal, Tim.
Yeah, our 4-star athlete, he was turned into a base runner there as he slid down at the 6-yard line, but he got the first down. Played it perfectly, kind of like a draw almost. Kept going back, let the defense come in, and then split the defense, rolled up the middle, picking up the yardage necessary for the first down. First and goal coming up here for the Warriors.
Fadden now split out to the left, first and goal from the 6. It's Logan, the lone receiver, to the right. Play action, rolling out to his left is Rona. Going to fire towards the back of the end zone. Logan cutting across, and that one's just thrown through the end zone. Actually, Logan makes a one-handed catch, but it's about 5 yards through the end zone.
Yeah, I had to play Canadian football for that one to be a touchdown, but it was a nice, actually great play there by Rona, recognizing that everybody was covered, so might as well just throw it deep, and if it stays inbounds at the end, fine. If it's out of bounds, it's just going to bring up another opportunity. Second and goal here from the 6-yard line.
All of a sudden, our Wi-Fi went from 5 bars to 1 bar, Tim. And now it's back to 4 bars. Apologize to those watching. Hopefully you're able to listen loud and clear on Lawrence County SportsNet. Trying with the hard count, nothing going there. Second and goal from the 6. Going to throw, looking for the back pylon on a wheel route, and a jump ball in and out of the hands of the intended target. Good, tight coverage there defensively. I believe Gabe Jenkins on the coverage against Blake Logan. But I'll tell you what, I mean, he put it right where it needed to be, and
Logan had the best
started the needle.
opportunity to make the play on the ball, and that's what you wanted. He just kind of got there, but you got to give Imani's defense credit for closing the gap to get their hands in there and knocking that ball away as Logan was going for the catch. Going to bring up an interesting call here on third down and goal from the 6-yard line. Let's see if they go back to the running game of some sort or possibly get on the edge here. It's the quick pass.
Third down and goal from the 6. 2 receivers to the left, tight end Wagner, the only man to the right. Rhoda dropping back, having to step on the pocket, and he's going to get dragged down all the way back at the 20-yard line. They contained him that time, and it's going to be a huge loss back to the 20. Fourth and goal from the 20, and another field goal opportunity coming for Wilkins.
Yeah, this was a scenario here that he's going to have to put a little hook into this one, as he will be outside the right goal post making this kick. So he's going to have to hook this one in a little bit. Fadden will be holding here as he'll kneel at the 27-yard line.
So a 37-yard attempt from the right hash, same hash as the last one. High snap, and that's going to have to be a Peter play because Fadden, has to throw it away. It's actually caught on the play right at the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be nothing doing. Retort makes the catch for no gain, and the high snap ruins any chance at points on the board. It'll be a turnover on downs after a 10-play drive.
Yeah, unfortunate. Get all the way down to the 6-yard line. Get 2 bad plays in a row and come out with no points and still trail by 3 with 9:13 here to play. That turnover and change of possession is brought to you by Moderna Bonner Law. Make sure your possessions are protected at ModernaBonnerLaw.com, your community law firm with personal connection and individual service.
So no gain on a completion from Fadden to Retort for 0 yards officially. First and 10 for the 4th time today. Imani starting at their own 20-yard line. They lead 6-3 with 9:13 remaining in the first half. Wildcat snap going up the middle and spinning out of a couple tackles as Davis somehow gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even gained a yard on the play.
Yeah, he's elusive. Once you hit him, you've got to make sure you wrap and bring him down. Because if you hit him, he's just going to bounce off and get his balance back and continue to look to move forward. They give him progress all the way out to the 22-yard line on that carry.
Five carries all from the Wildcat for 15 yards so far for David Davis. It will be 2nd down and 8. We'll have our LGKG halftime show coming up. Zone read, handoff, Jenkins, big hole at the middle, past the 25, breaks off a couple of tackles. He's got the first down and more down the far sideline. Did a 35-40, 45 midfield and knocked out of bounds at the 45 of Mohawk.
Yeah, just once he broke containment, was able to get it outside, get across midfield, and they're on Warrior side of the field here. And it's a big pickup there for the Saints.
32 yards on that carry for Jenkins. And Imani, they get a big play. They want to hustle down the field and get right back up to the line. They'll send trips to the left on 1st and 10 for the Mohawk 45. Design run the whole way. Burnett to the left, trying to get to the edge. Strung out well by the Mohawk defense. Nail and company will bring him down after a short gain.
Our out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Newcastle Transit Authority. Going your way. Why drive when you can relax and ride? Drive daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org for more information.
Neshannock leading 7-0 at the end of the first quarter over Beaver Falls. How about this one? Western Beaver currently leading Steel Valley in the first quarter, 13-7. That's your number 9 leading your number 1. The Midwestern Athletic Conference with 4 of the 8 teams still remaining. 2 of them playing tonight at Bob Ledge Stadium, and we have a snap and a timeout call. Your first Pontius Insurance timeout can be called by Imani Christian, leading 6-3 with 7:27 remaining in the first half. We'll take a quick Pontius Insurance timeout here as well. It's Lawrence County SportsNet and NFHS Sports Network.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius.
If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Coming at the half, we'll have that LGKG halftime show. The Mohawk Marching Band will break down the first half of action here. Imani Christian leading 6-3 on a long touchdown pass, 39 yards to Marcus Williams from Deshaun Burnett. He's in the gun here on 2nd and 8, coming out of the timeout from the Mohawk 43-yard line, dropping back, looking to throw, far side, caught at the 40-yard line, hit immediately, but it's breaking away from tackles. Man, just slippery are these Imani Christian receivers. I believe that was Shavon Allen on the catch and run.
Yeah, they're taking what the Warriors' defense will give them. The Warriors' defensive backs are playing well off the ball. They're not challenging the receivers at the line of scrimmage, afraid they'll get behind them. So they've been playing about 7 to 10 yards deep. Right now they're going to be in a bunch because they're in a run-type formation.
Yeah, it was a gain of 4. Now it's 3rd and 4, and it will be a design run trying to come to the near side. It's Davis out of the Wildcat. He's going to get to the corner. He's got the first down, tripped up at the 30-yard line. Needed 4, and he got about 9. And that was designed to go up the middle, but Davis realized no chance. Good effort play to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, when you have speed like that, you're going to get to the edges and then really challenge players to cut off good angles to get to you. Unfortunately, Nail was trying to get to him, just couldn't quite reach him in the backfield as he was able to get leveled and turned upfield all the way up towards the 30-yard line.
He's out of bounds at the 30 with 6:58 remaining in the first half. Imani leading 6-3. Mohawk got the scoring started first with a 45-yard field goal from Josh Wilkins. So they're going to Wildcat set. Looks like Gabe Jenkins will get the Wildcat snap. He's going to use Burnett as his lead blocker. And he's got a huge hole on the right side to the 25-yard line, but he is slung down there by Retort, but he wasn't hit until he was 5 or 6 yards into the secondary. It is a gain of 6.
Yeah, they've been able to get to the edges and really be able to turn it upfield, getting good yardage. That seems to be right now. It's been difficult going up the middle, but it's been more success getting to the edges here for the Saints.
Yeah, how about your QB as a lead blocker? This time it's going to be the QB taking it himself, and fighting forward is Deshaun Burnett inside the 23, maybe down to the 22-yard line. Give him a gain of 2 on that carry. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 from the 22.
Yeah, it's going to 4-down territory as we've seen earlier here for Imani, so you got to get into the backfield on this play here for the Warriors. You want to try to blow this one up to try to push them back a yard or 2 and bring up that 4th down, but you got to make the play. Try to keep them away from the sticks.
As we hit the midway point of the 3rd quarter, 6-3 Imani, 3rd and 2. They're on the edge of the red zone, and as Tim just said, likely 4-down territory. They got their jumbo set in again. They're going to hand it off, coming to the near side, trying to stretch it to the edge, and they finally do. Does Jenkins fights for it in the last second? He will get the first down. Avoided one man about 4 yards in the backfield, Tim, and that was enough to spring him for the first down.
Tackles, one about 4 yards deep and one right before the sticks, and then he was able to spin loose, pick up 5 on the play, and get that first down. And it is, again, now we're seeing this time Imani in the red zone.
Again, stop by the red zone. Spirit Sales, a great way to make money for your organization. Fill out a form in the red zone. Does the rest. We're down to 5:10 remaining in the first half. Imani Christian, a nice long drive again. Already 4+ minutes off the clock on this drive. Jenkins sent in motion out to the right. Burnett dropping back, looking to pass. He's hit as he tries to throw, and he's going to be slammed back down at the 32-yard line. A delayed blitz, and the young chap doing it again. It is younger Chapman Jackson with the sack and a loss of about 8.
He called that perfectly. It was a delayed blitz. He happened to see them wide open. He says, I got it from the backside, and that's what he did. He caught him and brought him down back at the 27-yard line. Huge loss. It's going to be 2nd down and about 17 coming up here for Imani.
5th sack of the year for the 5'10", 210-pound junior Jackson Chapman. And, I mean, he hit him with all he had, but my goodness, barely still could bring down big Deshaun Burnett, 6'3", 205-pound quarterback. He now faces a 2nd and 18. In the gun, Burnett dropping back, looking to throw again. Again, Jackson coming around the edge. Hit as he's thrown. Pass down the middle, and it's going to be over the head of the intended target. Destin Hubbard was the intended receiver. Stratton in coverage, but another hit on the quarterback by Chapman.
Yeah, Chapman doing his best Watts imitation here from the outside, getting pressure on the quarterback, and just hit him as he released the ball, forcing that incomplete, bringing up 3rd down and long.
3rd and 18, and again, probably 4-down territory. I mean, we've not seen any field goals or extra point attempts for a while for Imani Christian. They have kicked a few on the year with Darius Clark. Extra points, that is. Down to 15 on the play clock, still scrambling to get the play call in from head coach and offensive coordinator Leroy Johnson.
Down under 10 seconds there on the play clock.
Now they finally do. They get set. 3 receivers to the right. 3rd and 18 from the 27-yard line. Burnett dropping back, buying time, scrambling out to his right, gets around Wagner. Chapman again giving chase, and this one's just going to be thrown into the front row. 3 straight plays, 3 Chapman rushes, and now 4th and long coming.
Yeah, good defense there by the Warriors, able to get into the backfield and force Burnett out of his comfort zone, rolling to his right, having to make the throw. Couldn't find his intended receiver in Williams, and it'll fall incomplete, bringing up a long 4th down play here. Got to continue the intensity here for the Mohawk Warriors. They're going to have to come out and be ready on this play because you know that they're not afraid to throw deep, and it's only 28 yards to the end zone here for the Saints. That's nothing out of the realms of Burnett's ability, and when you have players like Marcus Williams, anything is possible.
So it's at the 27-yard line, 4th and 18. Imani needs to get to the 9 to convert on this 4th and long. And it might have just gotten longer because the play clock reads 0. They didn't get a timeout either. Delay a game.
Yeah, that's going to cost them another 5. They'll go across the 30-yard line. So this is a big play now. Again, a good opportunity here for the Warriors to keep the play in front of them. But you'd love to see Chapman see if he can make 4 plays in a row into the backfield here for the Mohawk Warriors.
4th and 23 now. Burnett drops back. Fires one, looking up the middle. Jump ball is going to be deflected, bobbled all over the place, and finally just knocked out of bounds at the end by Mohawk. That ball pinballed all over the place in the end zone, Tim.
Dante Retort made a nice play on the ball deep in the end zone. It looked like it was about to bobble into the wrong hands, and he just swatted it away across the end line and to make sure it goes incomplete. Because if he came down with the interception, then they would have got it out to the 20, but you'd rather take over the ball at the 32. So a great play there by Dante Retort, knocking the ball out of the end zone on that defensive deflection.
How about this? A 12-play drive taking 5 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock, but it ends in a turnover on downs. So Mohawk will take over at their own 32, 3:52 remaining in the first half. Imani leading 6-3. The 4 versus 5 matchup. Handoff Boston up the middle. He's going to get hit in the backfield and dragged down for a loss. There was a hole on the right side, but the backside pressure hit him before the play could develop.
Yeah, they're getting into the backfield, and these long kind of developing run plays are not working tonight here for Mohawk. They got to try to find a way to maybe get him out in the open, maybe a pitch the ball out to him type scenario, or just try to roll him out to the left or right. See if he can get to the edge. I know he's an inside the tackle runner, but got to try something a little different here.
Union and Clareton scoreless into the second. Pump fake. Now firing down the far sideline. Rona has a man jump ball over the shoulder catch by Dante Retort at midfield. They faked the bubble screen that time. Was really well defended, to be honest, on the far side by Williams, but just a better catch over the shoulder.
And better pass, too, by Rona. He put it only where Dante Retort could come down with it. He put it right into his bread basket on the outside shoulder where he was able to just reach up and make that catch at midfield. And a big first down here for the Warriors.
Right at midfield with 3:10 remaining in the first half. Retort comes to the sideline. Logan and Fadden, the two receivers, both to the right. That's where Boston is as well, to the right of Rona, who drops back, looks to throw. He's going to fire one down the middle of the field. They open on the wheel route, and it's going to be incomplete. And that one just kind of slipped out of the hands of Rona because he had a man open in Fadden down this near sideline.
Yeah, Fadden was just waiting for the ball, and it kept drifting on him towards the sideline, unable to get there in time. But we have an injured Imani player down back at about the 42-yard line. But it was, again, just a scenario where the ball just kind of got away from Rona and Fadden and unable to make that connection.
Yeah, Fred Woodford got tangled up there in the meeting at the quarterback, and he was pounding his fist into the turf in obvious pain. He's being tended to on the field while they do tend to him. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back in a moment at lcsportsnet.com and NFHS Network.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
Well, Fred Woodford able to make his way to the sideline, but Tim, no weight at all on that right foot as he makes his way to the bench.
Yeah, difficult situation here for Imani. They don't have a lot of numbers on their team, so it's going to be one less player for them to count on that defensive line.
Only 27 on the roster for Coach Johnson. He was happy with that because that was up by about 8 or 9 from what they had a year ago. 2nd and 10 coming out of the break. They're going to go with a draw at the middle. A nice hole for Boston. Cuts up at the 45, fighting forward to the 43, 42-yard line. So the same play earlier, Tim, where they went to Fadden on the outside, turns into a little draw. I guess the misdirection.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they wanted to do there. It worked out perfectly. You know, Justin was able to run across the line of scrimmage, spin, split between two defenders, and pick up 8 yards on the play. Great call here for the Warriors. They're down to 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the moving clock here in the second quarter. This is a fast-moving game.
2:25 remaining in the first half. 3rd down and 2. 2 receivers to the right. Rona in the gun. Going to go on a quick bubble screen to Retort near side, and he's going to fight forward. Caught the line of scrimmage, and he's not going to get there. He's stood up immediately. Maybe a gain of 1. It's going to be 4th down and 1 coming up.
Yeah, big call coming up here for the Warriors. I'm sure they're going to keep the offense on the field. What they do here, we don't see Rona under the center too often. I wonder if they will show that look. Maybe put a fullback in front of Boston to see if he can get that yardage.
Verdi coming out, and you got Cash Stratton, and you have Leighton Wagner coming in as well. And they are going to go under center for the first time here tonight on 4th and 1 from the 41. Rona Taking a look around, still 8 on the play clock. And I think they might run this down. No, now he comes under center, sends a man in motion. Play action, trying to roll out, and it was well read and snuffed out immediately. He's sacked for a loss back near midfield. Coming right through the gut was Gabe Jenkins to get the sack and the loss and the turnover on downs.
Yeah, they went to the weak side of the field on a rollout, and they were just black jerseys all around them. They were able to get penetration on the snap, and Rona never really had a chance to get to the edge at all. And on that call, they'll turn over the ball, so the Saints will have great field position at their own 47-yard line. That change in possession is brought to you by Madura Bonner Law. Make sure to protect your possessions at ModernBonnerLaw.com, a community firm with personal connection and individual service.
How about this? Starting at the 47-yard line. That's the first time all game that Imani Christian has not started at their own 20.
Watch the deep pass. They got 4 receivers set.
3 receivers right, 1 left, and a whistle, and I believe Mohawk.
No, we got to delay a game.
Oh, they took too long. 0's on the play clock. So second delay of game call against Imani Christian. Gives a chance to remind you our out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. They're going your way. You're watching it at NFHS. You have all the scores on the bottom line. We'll get you a couple more coming up here in a moment, and I think we got another whistle and motion. One of the receivers on the right side, Tim, got a little antsy.
Yeah, jumped a little too soon, and that'll cost them another 5, so that's going to help Mohawk out here. Instead of 1st and 10 and 1st and 15, it'll be now 1st and 20 with a minute 20 left here in the first half. So a big scenario here. They got to come through defensively. They're playing about 7-8 yards off the receivers, so they're going to try to keep the play in front of them.
1st and 20. Burnett fires one down the far sideline, and that one's about 20 yards in front of the nearest Imani Christian receiver. I mean, you can make a case there, Tim, that could be intentional grounding, as he was under duress in the pocket and there was nobody in the area, but that's a tough call to make.
Yeah, you're not going to see that call made too often when the ball is thrown 50 yards downfield and with 2 defenders. The closest to it, about 5 yards away, where one of the offensive receivers peeled off on that play. He went inside, the ball went outside.
Hey, tell that to Tom Brady, who got it for a safety in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
2nd down and 20. We're down to a minute 14 remaining in the first half. Imani leading Mohawk 6-3. 3 receivers to the left. Trying to get the play call in at the last second is Deshaun Burnett down to 2 on the play clock.
I don't think they're going to get it off. There should be another delay.
Well, the play clock actually stopped at 2 and then jumped to 0. That was weird, and they finally got the play to go. He's running forward on the right-hand side to the 40, out to the 45-yard line. That was weird, because I looked at the play clock, and it was just stuck at 2 and then switched to 0.
The one over here on the left-hand side by the scoreboard had 0s on it. That's why I thought they were going to stop the play. But they, unfortunately, were not able to do it. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 12 after that 8-yard pickup. And, the officials, the back judge is watching the clock. He has to see the clock hit 0 and then see the
snap, yeah.
The snap. And we will not see a snap here with 37 seconds remaining. Mohawk will take their first Pontius Insurance timeout. Let's take a quick one as well. It's lcsportsnet.com and NFHS Network.
BMF Tax and Financial provides businesses and individual tax prep, advising, and consulting. With over 10 years of experience, BMF Tax provides you with big firm expertise with small firm service.
I'm Brandon Fisher, owner of BMF Tax and Financial. Together, we will help you get a better understanding of your taxes and build a relationship along the way. At BMF Tax, I want to take the stress away from taxes and allow you to focus on what you do best.
Call or visit bmftax.com to set up a free consultation. BMF Tax and Financial. Taxes made simple, life made easy.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Coming out of the timeout, it will be 3rd down and 12 from the 45-yard line for Imani. There's 37 seconds remaining in the first half at their own 45. And right now, if you're Mohawk, you're just saying don't let anybody behind you. Trips right for Burnett. High snap. He's going to roll out to his right. He's going to fire one late down the field. Had a man open deep, and that was scary open, but it was overthrown. Marcus Williams had gotten behind the secondary, Tim, exactly what we said you couldn't do.
Yeah, there was 2 Mohawk defenders in that area, and he split them. And it was luckily the ball was thrown outside of the line and the sideline, and it was not able to make the catch. But I'll bring up 4th down. So big 4th down play here. You figure they're going to go for it. They may punt the ball. If you do, I wouldn't be. If I was Mohawk, I would bring somebody that you believe they could catch the ball and put them around the 40-yard line, call for a fair catch. Not looking for the free kick, but just for an opportunity to have great field position.
That is like a pipe dream of mine to be able to get that free kick situation.
Yeah, right. I'm not thinking the free kick I was talking earlier. I'm thinking more field position, and I would really put one of your players. If it's Boston or if it's even Verdi or even Rona, put them around the 40-yard line with the instruction. If it's a short kick, just raise your hand and get the fair catch. No one will be around you. Make the catch, and we'll start the offense right there because they haven't punted the ball more than 15 yards past the line of scrimmage all night. They've been high kicks, and they've gotten about 12 to 15-yard rolls on them. So why not try to avoid that, and instead of starting a drive maybe inside the 40 down by the 30, if you can start around the 40-45, that'd be huge.
Taking a look again at the brackets if you're watching on NFHS Network. The winner of this one takes on either Steel Valley or Western Beaver. Last score update we saw had the Golden Beavers leading over the top-seeded Ironmen of Steel Valley. Neshannock leads 7-0 at the half over Beaver Falls. About this, Beaver Falls with 5 fumbles, losing 3 of them, but otherwise, statistically, are controlling that game, according to our colleagues up there at Bob Bledgy Stadium. 4th down and 12. It is the punt team on. 1 man deep is Fadden standing at his own 25-yard line. There's 32 seconds remaining. And a whistle, and somebody moved early.
Yeah.
They're going to call offsides. It was a question of who moved first because I saw a double clutch with the center there, Tim. But you saw that too?
Yeah, and more than anything, I'm curious. When I seen the punter grab the ball, it looked like he was ready to throw it. And, of course, that is Burnett, the punter, correct?
Yeah, you got to keep that in mind because now it's 4th and 7 at midfield.
Yeah, because you're right in midfield and 4th down. Why not take a shot if you have a fake punt scenario?
High snap. He does boot it away. It's partially blocked. Partially blocked by Mohawk, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Joey Nail got a piece of it off the edge.
Yeah, that was huge. They got both Chapman and Nail into the backfield, and Nail was able to get his hands on that ball. Only a one-step punt there by Burnett, and he got part of it. The ball goes out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Great field position, 25 seconds. That's a lot of time with two timeouts, right?
2 timeouts remaining. That's what I have, yes.
And, obviously Jay Ronan at quarterback, so a lot of options here.
So that goes for a 7-yard punt officially, as it looked from up here that Joey Nail got a fingertip on it. He got a nail on it there, Tim.
Yes, he did. That's all he needed to do.
So now Mohawk, they're at their 43-yard line. Realistically, what?
They get down to the
35?
I was going to say 35-yard line. They have a shot. Yeah. So you're looking at about 25 yards. 27 yards to be exact. But you get the entire field. You can go over the middle because you have the timeouts. You get a first down, it'll stop it momentarily. So there's a lot of things you can choose to do.
They're putting time back on the clock 1 more second from 25 to 26 seconds remaining. Imani leading 6-3.
You never know how important that 1 second will be here, James.
Well,
we'll find out.
Yes, we will. Ball at the 43-yard line. 2 receivers each way for Mohawk. Rona in the gun, takes the snap, dropping back. Quick throw to the outside. Diving catch made by Nail. It's only a 5-yard gain, and if you're Mohawk, you got to take the timeout. That's almost one you probably wish that he hadn't caught. It's a 5-yard gain, but now the second timeout wasted.
Well, I wouldn't say it's wasted. Anytime you can get yardage is good. Obviously, he fell down. Basically, he made the catch, and then once he fell down, he's down here in high school football. So it was a scenario, he made 5 yards on the play. So that's a positive. Yeah, the good thing is, like you said, they had 2 timeouts. So you got plenty of time here. So obviously, if you want to roll out your quarterback to get him to the edge where he can make decisions and hopefully deliver the ball closer to the sideline, maybe that's an option here for the Warriors. We'll have to wait and see what the coaching staff draws up. There's a lot of opportunities here. Again, you can go. We've seen it many times where they've gone over the middle, and, for 15, 25 yards and completed the ball, and there's plenty of time for that, and where they can make a quick strike and use that timeout if necessary, and still have an opportunity to run another play and then bring in the kicking unit if that's the case. But I won't be shocked if they go deep here.
Ball at the 48-yard line with 20 seconds remaining. 3 receivers to the right for the Warriors. Need about 20 yards to get into field goal range. Throw out of the backfield. Cut by Boston at midfield. Cuts up the field, and he's going to be close to the first down marker. It'll depend on the spot. They do move the chains, or at least it'll be close enough to stop the clock for a measurement with 11 seconds remaining.
I think they're going to give him right there at the 47-yard line. That's where he needed to get to. That will stop the clock, so they can ground it here. Once they started, or they used the timeout. Looks like they used their timeout.
Also, they did mark it short, so only a 4-yard gain.
Oh, they're going to say just short. Wow.
Yeah. Well, it was a good hold by Imani Christian. No, now they're moving the chains. He just singled first down.
Yeah. Well,
Mohawk could have saved their timeout and spiked it.
Well,
but it had to be safe, I guess. So ball at the 43-yard line. You're now out of timeouts with 11 seconds remaining. Again, you get a first down. The clock will stop. They about need you need a good 12 to 15 yards to have a legit shot at this. I think.
I'll be honest with you. I would not be afraid to set him out there because it's late, in the second quarter. If you could get close to the 40-yard line, what's the worst case to do? It goes in the end zone. It's a touchback anyways.
And if anything, the wind is. I mean, the way the flag looks, Tim, it looks like it's going in his direction.
Yeah, it's swirling here today. So now it was going towards the scoreboard earlier tonight, but now it looks like it's going away from that.
So 11 seconds remaining. It's 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Mohawk with the ball, but out of timeouts.
Even 5-7 yards here would be enough to give it a shot.
But you got to get 5 or 7 yards and get out of bounds.
Yes.
Well, we saw some late first-half magic in their game against Elwood City. Can they do it here again? And it's going to wait at least one play.
Offsides on the defense. They were lined up in the neutral zone, James. That's the 5 yards they needed.
Well, that 1 second, they need to get that 1 second back on the clock, right? See if they notice. Yep, they're going to put 11 back on the clock.
Yeah.
11 on the clock. Good call.
And it puts the ball at the 42-yard line. I know it sounds ridiculous, but if it's incomplete, you got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, other than a block kick, you got nothing to lose with Josh Wilkins' leg, because if it goes in the end zone, it's a touchback anyways. It's like a punt.
Right, exactly. And you can't return it. And so now Mohawk's got to hurry and get the right personnel on there because there's 12 seconds on the play clock.
Exactly.
But now if you get 5 yards, you got a first down. You don't need to get out of bounds. 3 receivers left. Rona gets the snap, looking left. Now it's a flag many, and that's the last thing you can take is a sack, and that's how the first half. Actually, the first half won't come to an end because the clock will stop with the penalty.
Let's see if that's. What do they call?
Holding.
Yeah.
Holding on the Warriors will push back.
Timing of that penalty was unfortunate here for Mohawk.
Yeah, that'll move.
Now you can. You might as well just take a knee here.
Yeah,
and go into halftime.
I mean,
if you throw worst case scenario, you would hate to see is something returned for a touchdown on an interception.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to try to run a play. They're just going to let it go down and go to the locker room with the score: Imani 6, Mohawk 3. These offenses in the first round combined to have 94 points on the board, but only 9 here in the first half of this quarterfinal game. We'll step aside, pay a few bills. We'll be back with the halftime show, your LGKG halftime show, when we return. It's LCSportsNet.com and the NFHS Network.
You are now tuned into the Luxembourg, Garvin, Kelly, and George halftime show on the Lawrence County SportsNet, featuring performances by your marching bands and recapping the action from the first half of the game.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvi, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving. And it is halftime here at Moon Tiger Stadium. The Mohawk Marching Band out there on the field under the direction of Emma Gallagher and Nolan Motter, the director Jason Zay. They're all in. We'll try to get you some sounds here from the Mohawk Marching Band.
They're calling every single play. They're calling every formation. They're calling every single play before they know what's coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mohawk Warrior Marching Band. Thank you. Have a great evening and go Warriors.
You've been watching the Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly and George Halftime Show, presented by the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly and George, serving the Newcastle area for 90 years. Be sure to stay tuned to the Lawrence County SportsNet for third quarter action coming up after this message from our sponsors.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team and how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
I'm Kevin Sapp. I'm president of the Mohawk Education Association. We are one of the sponsors for the Lawrence County SportsNet. We would like to take a moment to wish all of Lawrence County student athletes health and safety as they compete. In particular, we would like to wish luck to all of Mohawk student athletes as they represent our school with pride.
Congratulations. Lawrence County SportsNet is Congratulations to our October LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet proud to honor the Mohawk Girls Cross Country Team as October's LCAP Team of the Month. The seniors went 45-0 in their career, capped off with their second WPIAL championship. Congratulations to Coach Dave Bradle and the WPIAL champion Mohawk Girls Cross Country Team, our October LCAP Team of the Month. Congratulations to our October LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet proud to honor the Mohawk Girls Cross Country Team as October's LCAP Team of the Month. The seniors went 45-0 in their career, capped off with their second WPIAL championship. Congratulations to Coach Dave Bradle and the WPIAL champion Mohawk Girls Cross Country Team, our October LCAP Team of the Month.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
That wraps up your LGKG halftime show here from Moon High School, Tiger Stadium. It's 6-3, Imani leading Mohawk here at the halftime break. It's William Rip Shearer Field here at Tiger Stadium. And we saw a defensive slugfest, and we're seeing it across all three of our county games as we take a look real quick at our Newcastle Transit Authority going your way out of town scoreboard. Again here, Imani Christian leading Mohawk 6-3. Winner takes on either Steel Valley or Western Beaver. Steel Valley leading that one 14-12 at last count. Neshannock leads Beaver Falls 7-0 at the half, and we'll get a score of the Washington-McGuffey game here in a moment. The other game, including a county team, how about Union 6, Clairton 0 at half. So the scores are 7-0, 6-0, and 6-3 for our 3 county schools here at the halftime break, Tim.
Yeah, not a shock. Actually, it is a shock.
Yeah.
I thought we'd see some more points on the scoreboard. I thought we'd see some points between these 2 schools here tonight. I thought the first one, 24, would have a great shot at winning. And now, that obviously can still be in play, but it's a bigger challenge than I thought it would be. I thought, if anything, we'd see a couple touchdowns on the board for one of these 2 teams here in the first half. But really, you got to give Imani a lot of credit. They kind of had that bend, don't break defense. Every time they needed a big play, when Mohawk got on their side of the 50, they were able to do it. Sometimes Mohawk shooting themselves in the foot with a bad penalty at the wrong time, or a play where, like the 4th down and 1, where the offensive line didn't rise to the challenge, and Imani got into the backfield and sacked Rona on that rollout. But more than anything, I think like I said, we've seen really Imani control this offense here that Mohawk has been so successful with. Mohawk, I don't think it's the play calling. I really don't, as much as just the execution. I think more than anything, they just got to be able, on certain plays, be ready to make the play. They can't allow Imani get into the backfield like they did on 3rd down and shorts and 4th down and short situations that we've seen here in the first half.
Couple other scores coming through. The one we want to mention, big one out there. You saw the update if you're watching it on NFHS Network. Selinsgrove 27, Jersey Shore 7. I think everybody is secretly a Jersey Shore fan with that one. The passing of Max Engel about a month and a half ago in that game between Jersey Shore and Selinsgrove, a game that was called a tie, that they didn't finish the last 11 seconds of that game. They fittingly would meet back again in the Class 4A championship game with equal 10-0-1 records. And unfortunately, though, not going the way of the Orange, trailing 27-7. Selinsgrove trying to snap, I think it was 4 or 5 straight D4 championships, actually, by Jersey Shore. In that one. Here's the score 6-3 at the half. Some quick numbers for you. Jay Rona 8 of 15 for 88 yards passing in the first half. Mohawk as a team with 8 yards rushing, though. That's the difference. Boston 7 carries for 13 yards. Fadden, the best play of the day on a backwards pass that was fumbled. He picked up and made a heads-up run up the field for an 11-yard gain, but that's it. 96 total yards of offense. Compare that to 134 yards for Imani Christian, both running 28 plays in that first half, by the way. Deshaun Burnett completed his first 3 passes, 0 for 4 cents, though. 49 yards and the only touchdown on a long one to Marcus Williams from 39 yards out to make the score here 6-3 at the half. Gabe Jenkins with 41 yards, David Davis 15 yards, and Burnett with 29 yards rushing for 134 total. So both these teams, they've given up a couple of decent chunk plays throughout the course of this game, the longest one being a 42-yarder on a completion to A.J. Verdi for Mohawk. But in the end, it's a bend, don't break. We kind of talk about it here during halftime, Tim, off the air, that this bend, don't break has kind of worked into the favor of Imani's defense, especially as they've given up 2 field goal tries, one that went in and one that was never even kicked.
Yeah, that one at the end of the second half end of the second quarter, where they lined up for the field goal and then had the high snap. And that was, again, on a play prior to that. They had, or during that series, it was 1st and goal at the 6-yard line, and they ended up going backwards from that point on, and it really cost them. And then on 3rd down, Jay Rona got sacked back around the 22-yard line before they attempted that lineup for that field goal attempt, and unfortunately a high snap never got Josh Wilkins the opportunity to kick that ball to tie this game up. So a lot of little things have not gone Mohawk's way here in the first half. They're going to have to figure this out. Like I said, I think one of the things we talked about, you just mentioned, is Justin Boston's inability to get any ground game going. I think right now you got to challenge your offensive line to make some plays to keep that defensive line of Imani intact. You're seeing Gorman and Burnett defensively making some plays, and you got to take that away from them. And it's going to be up to Chapman, McPherson, Mays, Sumney, and Bushfield to come through here for the Mohawk Warriors, and they're going to have to give Jay Rona that extra second to throw the ball. They're going to have to move some people off the line, and I think you're going to have to use Boston differently here in the second half. Like I've said, I think everybody knows he's their feature runner. You got to put him in different situations and make that defense react out in the slot. Make him react if he's out on the wing. Put him in motion. A lot of little things like that, and make a defense react to him. I believe that's going to open up the opportunities for Dante Retort and Bobby Fadden and Blake Logan just by moving him out of the normal and making them react to where he's at. Because he is such a key to their offense when he's able to run the ball. We've seen him just be a workhorse, getting over 40 carries, against Beaver Falls and just really running it down their throats when they thought they could run the ball. I think they can still throw the ball here tonight. They just got to try to make quicker decisions with the ball and get the ball out to their playmakers.
There were no turnovers in that first half. A few turnovers on down, though, 2 for Mohawk and 1 for Imani Christian. As we take a look back at one thing for Imani Christian, we talked about the new quarterback. Hasn't made the mistakes. Again, 3 first-half interceptions last week. Pre-snap penalties, though, started to add up. A legal shift, 2 delay of games, and a false start to go along with a holding and an offsides penalty for Imani Christian. That's hurt them at times, especially early on in the game. They tried that power look once. It didn't go very well. They stuck to the spread, and that's been more their bread and butter. Imani Christian, I think, has handled the moment so far, and they got the one big play that Coach McCutcheon was really emphasizing they needed to prevent.
Yeah, and I think that's really the key for when you look at what Imani Christian has been able to do. When they had the ball deep in their territory and Mohawk was able to rise to the challenge, they got the ball on their side of the 50 2 different times and only came away with 3 points once. I think that's really a very important scenario. When Mohawk has field position, they have to take advantage of it and be able to get into the end zone and get some points, get some momentum. I think right now that's exactly what they're looking for. Get the first second half, so that's going to be important too. Watch this kickoff here. You got to have fun where that ball is going the entire time, and your second, third line being ready. You either fall on the ball, pick it up in advance. You have to be talking to your special teams ahead of time. And they don't necessarily play comes up and makes the play here for the Warriors. But right now, this Warrior defense is going to be challenged again here because this Imani team is filling their oats here and filling their momentum as they have the ball first down and 10 at the 48-yard line with just under 8 minutes and 33 seconds here to play.
Best starting field position by far today, Tim. Starting in plus territory, and design run the whole way for the quarterback, Tayshawn Burnett. He gets down to the 45, ushered out of bounds at about the 43-yard line for a pickup of 5. 9 carries for 34 yards here on the evening for the linebacker turned running back here, or turned quarterback, I should say, here in the postseason.
Yeah, and that's really been the difference in the game when you really look at it, is Imani Christian has been able to get to the edges and use their speed on the ground game, while Mohawk has been unable to have anything on the ground, either up the middle or getting to the outside. So this is the challenge that the Warriors face right now. 5.
Full house backfield, high snap, taken by Jenkins and the Wildcat, and he's going to get tripped up near the line of scrimmage. First man to make the hit.
He just builds the power forward all the way
Wow.
across, got a first down in the process.
Dan Monaco was the first one to hit him. They actually ruled forward progress stopped.
Yeah, they did. It's going to be about 3 yards short. And in the process, though, it's going to bring up a third down and 3. Huge, it's 2-down territory. So, again, Mohawk's getting into the backfield, but unfortunately they're unable to make the tackle, and that's what's really hurting them.
Another high snap. Jenkins, the linebackers down the field. But it goes for a 1-yard gain, and I think you're going to see the offense stay out there on 4th and 2.
Yeah, and there's no question about it. Coach Johnson's going to send in his reinforcements here on 4th down. They only need 2. We'll see if they go with a Wildcat type scenario.
Yeah, it's going to be a Wildcat with Jenkins again. It's going to be Burnett as a lead blocker coming to the near sideline, and there's a meeting in the backfield. Mohawk gets the turnover on downs as Fadden and Boston and Verdi and just about everybody else in there on the tackle.
Yeah, Dante Retort also in that mix. A huge play. That's what they needed. They had to get in the backfield to make that play. They were able to do that and get that change of possession here. And Mohawk set up with great field position at their own 41. That change of possession is brought to you by Madur Bonner Law, a local firm with deep ties in the community. And see how they can serve you today.
So Mohawk will take over their third possession of the second half as we already are approaching the midway point of this third quarter. Still trailing 6-3. Quick pass to the far side. Space for Fadden to the 45. Gets to the edge. Knocked out of bounds right at midfield. Just shy of the first down marker.
I
but
love
a good
that call. What a great call by the coaching staff. Getting outside, getting their best receiver involved in Fadden, and then one-on-one situation, picking up 8 yards, getting close to midfield here. And it only took maybe 3 or 4 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, they marked him out at the 49-yard line, so 2nd down and 2 coming up. But, yes, I think that's almost a check with me because there was space on the outside, and Fadden able to make one-man miss and get to the edge. Now 2nd down and 2, handoff Boston up the middle, breaks away from a couple tacklers across midfield. First down, breaks away, down the sideline to the 40, stiff arms a man down to the 35 and knocked down at the 34-yard line. Best run of the night for Justin Boston.
And finally, Boston was able to get his shoulder straight as he crossed the line of scrimmage, bounced to his left off to the first defender, break tackle, and be able to motor his way down inside the 35-yard line. Big pickup for a first down and momentum going Mohawk's way here in the third quarter.
Knocked down at the 34-yard line, so that is a gain of 17 yards for Justin Boston. Only the 6th first down of the game for Mohawk. They're going to go their power set with both Verdi and Wagner in there at the tight end position. Play action, looking down the near sideline. Retort one-on-one, caught it in the 5, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. Jay Rona to Dante Retort, and Mohawk takes the lead, 9-6.
Dante Retort played that perfectly as he streaked down the Mohawk sideline. He slowed down just a second as he looked like he was going to cut inside, but he stayed straight, breaks away from the defender, and makes the catch at the 5 and rolls into the end zone for the touchdown. And we got the first touchdown of the game here for the Warriors and the lead.
And now Wilkins on to attempt the extra point. 5:49 remaining in the third quarter. Snap is back, it's good, and the kick splits the uprights for the 48th time this year for Josh Wilkins. It's 10-6. Mohawk leading over Imani Christian midway through the third quarter. It's lcsportsnet.com and the NFHS network.
After 2 shoulder surgeries, my doctor wanted me to go to his physical therapy, which was out of town, and I chose Washington Center Physical Therapy.
The availability is absolutely amazing. When we call to get an athlete in, we get them in the exact same day.
I see many patients preoperatively for orthopedic surgeries. Those patients who use Washington Center have the best outcomes.
The bottom line is Washington Center Physical Therapy is your best choice for physical therapy.
Call us at Washington Center Physical Therapy, serving the community for over 20 years.
Well, Tim, right down the field, 3-play scoring drive, but it all started with the quick pass that
They
really set up
did.
the deep pass.
They were able to use the outside there on 2 of those 3 plays as they get it to Fadden outside on the first play and then the deep ball to retort for the touchdown. That drive summary is brought to you by Justice Markers Place. Specials daily at the New Cafe Bakery. Follow them on Facebook to see what's cooking today. Justice Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
And a kick taken at the 2-3 yard line with a knee on the ground was David Davis. He took a knee as he made the catch at the 2. So the first time a kickoff doesn't go into the end zone, and it works out. Imani will start this drive at their own 2.
Talk about Big Mo moving the Mohawk Warriors' way. They catch a huge break here with the ball down at the 2-yard line. Now they're going to take advantage of it. This defense got to be ready because you know they're going to use that Wildcat scenario, and they've been using Jenkins as the runner while they've had Burnett being the lead blocker. So watch out for that. And again, it's difficult. They got that speed on the outside. You cannot let anyone get behind you.
So now Imani Christian, again, one of their keys to the game was can they handle the moment, handle the adversity. They trail 10-6, first time they trailed in a while, and now are taking this snap from their own 2-yard line. Burnett brings a man in motion. They're going to go with a fake on the jet sweep. Burnett up the middle, out to the 5-yard line, spins away from one tackler, and then is gang tackled. And Mohawk actually came up with the football and ran into the end zone, but the whistle had blown. Retort thought he had gotten his second touchdown.
Yeah, he did. He was all ready to celebrate, and the official looked at him shaking his head. No, the play's over. But that's all right. You want to go after the ball every chance you get. And I'll say this for Burnett. That's one thing that can happen. When you try to extend plays, the ball sometimes gets hit, and it comes loose. So you always got to be careful about that.
High snap again. Handoff up the middle. Nowhere to go. Chapman right in there. That's Alex Chapman this time. Basically, he met the quarterback and running back before the handoff even happened. Loss of 3.
Yeah, Alex Chapman got penetration right away. He met that running back and just put him down at the 5-yard line.
Loss of 3, back to the 5. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Mohawk faithful loud beneath us here at Tiger Stadium. Snappy, a diving knock away at the last second. Great coverage from the linebacker spot that time. Justin Boston breaks it up. 4th down coming.
Boston played that ball perfectly. He was waiting for that as Burnett rolled out. He had to throw against his body. He seen that, came in and closed the gap, diving, knocking that ball away, forcing this punt. Again, if you're Mohawk, you got to have someone playing close because they don't kick the ball deep. Maybe you put one standing around the 25 and one standing around the 35 just to protect yourself. Let's see what happens. They got twins back there standing around the 35-yard line.
Yeah, now moving up even as they look from the coaching staff, moving up to the 30. And again, it's Burnett who is the punter. You always have to keep that in mind. Your quarterback, they're almost playing this like a safety defense. As a kick is taken end over end, and it's going to bounce at the 30, takes a good Saints bounce and goes out of bounds, but only at their own 35-yard line. So Mohawk, again, great field position, but you mentioned it, Tim. The first 2 drives of the game, they started with punts at about this same spot. Only got 3 points. You got to put more points on the board right now if you're Mohawk.
You got to take advantage of it, especially playoff time. 4:36 remaining here in the third quarter. This is gut check time here for Mohawk. You got all the momentum. Not only did you score on a short field the last time with a big touchdown pass, then you get the special team mistake by Imani. You take advantage of it. You take it over at the 35-yard line. You got to cash in. Worst case scenario, you want Josh Wilkins kicking a field goal.
Mark it at the 35-yard line. Mohawk trying to extend their 4-point lead. Boston makes a couple men miss on a handoff up the middle, gets to the 32-yard line before he's dragged back. 3-yard pickup, but that's something you didn't see a lot of in that first half, getting that 3 yards in a cloud of dust up the middle.
Yeah, you're starting to see this second half, the offensive line fire off the ball better and make some plays. We've seen Boston now get outside on one play on that drive earlier, and this is important. They're going to have some type of a run game just to keep them honest.
We've seen a lot of Lightning Wagner.
Empty backfield.
Yeah, as soon as I say that, he's out there, and he's not on the sideline. This is a backwards pass to Rona, or from Rona to Fadden. Man open. Touchdown! Joey Nail, 32 yards from Bobby Fadden. That's a Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game nomination if I've ever seen one.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That's the way you get it called up from the Mohawk coaching staff. They do the backwards pass. They get it outside to Fadden. Fadden just looks downfield, and all by himself was Joey Nail. All he had to do was make the catch and roll into the end zone. A one-play, big touchdown, 35 yards. That's an easy one to talk about.
A Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game nominee. It normally involves great teamwork. I can't say it any better right there. The kick is up and good, 17-6 with 3:54 remaining in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks. Mohawk, a couple of third quarter scores. They lead by 11 at lcsportsnet.com.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
The Warrior chop in full effect. A 32-yard double pass. Tim Continenza makes it 17-6.
Yeah, you know, they've been trying to get the ball outside here in the second half, and they did that by getting a quick pass outside to, in the backfield, to Fadden, and Fadden just stood up and looked down with his big right arm and threw it downfield, finding Joey Nail wide open on that trickeration play, and it was a perfect time for that call. And on a short field at the 35-yard line, scores, and they now lead by 11.
2 touchdowns just over 2 minutes apart. Another deep kick bounces at the 2, and it's going to be taken in the end zone for a touchback. Actually taken with 1 foot in the end zone.
That's exactly what happened. I was going to say Davis took a step back with his back foot, and it was behind the goal line, and that's a touchback.
I believe, though, is it where the player or is it where the ball is? That was the only question I would have to ask there, Tim.
Well, I'm not 100% sure. I believe you have to control the ball with 1 foot into the end zone. That would be like trying to down the ball at inside the 1. So it would be a touchback. That would be my explanation, not being an official.
Yeah, I mean, I know, like, if it was a touchback and you're defending and trying to save it, it doesn't matter where you are, it's where the ball is, but... And that's the thing, too. The official might have thought the ball made it into the end zone. Tough from our angle. Nevertheless, it is another possession starting at the 20-yard line, trying to set up a bubble screen, and well read by Chapman. He almost got out there, did Jackson Chapman, from his linebacker position for an interception, but it does go down as an incomplete pass.
Yeah, trying to get the ball out to Marcus Williams, and he just drew the ball at his ankles. Never had a chance to make the play on it. But there was 3 Mohawk Warriors converging on him, so he really kind of shorthanded it in the same vein.
Imani Christian got a first down on their first play of this second half, Tim. Interception on their next play. Turnover on downs, a 4-and-out, and then a 3-and-out and a punt. Now 2nd and 10, delayed blitz. Joey Nail almost had a chance to make the big hit. Throw it on the field, caught it midfield. There's another big gain and a first down and then some on the catch down the field for Chavon Allen from the 20 to the Mohawk 38. That is a 43-yard gain.
Yeah, and he got to give a lot of credit for Burnett. He was getting bared down and got hit. I mean, they're going to call roughing the passer after the pass, and they're going to add 15 yards onto that play. And he laid it out there perfectly for Allen to make that catch. So they're going to be in great field position as they'll bring the ball all the way down to the 22-yard line. And it was actually a good call because he let go of the ball and then was hit there by the defenders.
Yes, I lost sight of the hit. I saw Joey Nail pull off, but I think the other defender on the far side, Tim, is the one who must have made heavy contact. 17-6, still Mohawk with the lead, but Imani, one play and they're already in scoring position. Throw over the middle, caught at the 10-yard line. Beautiful pass in traffic and a catch made, and that's going to move the chains for the Saints. First and goal coming from the 9.
Yeah, just a little curl route, just standing there around the 10-yard line. He makes the catch, and here comes Imani, first and goal inside the 10-yard line, right at the 10, and again, Imani in the red zone.
Yeah, beautiful catch by Marcus Williams. He caught the touchdown pass. Now here's a wildcat snap for Wilkins, and it's going to be coming back on a hold because Jackson Chapman got on the edge yet again, and Kair Howe had nothing that he could do but grab a big piece of jersey.
Yeah, that was an easy call right in front of the official, and that'll cost them 10, and it'll be first down over, but it'll be, instead of the 10-yard line, it'll be at the 20. But they'll still be in the red zone. And don't forget, you can check out the red zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs.
Here's your going your way out-of-town score update. Neshannock now leads Beaver Falls 13-6 on what was just described as a "you got mossed" touchdown from Dom Cubelis. My goodness, if he gets another Play of the Year nomination, he's already your. There's a fumbled snap over the quarterback's head, all the way back to the 35-yard line. Ball still loose and fighting for it and diving on this Mohawk at their own 45-yard line. That's a loss of 25 yards and a loss of possession.
Oh, talk about another nomination for Play of the Game. This time the defense for Mohawk come up big, not only on a bad snap, but puts the pressure on Burnett. He couldn't handle it. Ball came loose, and Mohawk jumps on it at their own 45. They're going to have another short field. This turned into a huge third quarter coming out of halftime here for the Warriors as they look to extend their lead, leading by 11, 17-6. And here comes Jay Rona and the offense as they get the play coming in from the sideline. This is going to be a great opportunity here for the Warriors to take advantage of this situation. Going Mohawk's way. Going Mohawk's way.
That's another huge Medora Bonner Law change in possession.
That's another
huge Medora Bonner Law change
in
in possession. Boston up the middle. Sidesteps a man across
midfield.
Still going, moving the pile across the 45 moving the pile across the 45 to the 44. Gain of 12. First down.
There's we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for. He showed up here in the second half. Showed up here in the second half. As he just puts it, refused to go down, picking up 12 yards on that. Move the chains as they get all the way down now to 44-yard line. Imani. They could really hurting on him. I said the first 24 may win. One more touchdown could get there.
Ball now to the 44 of Imani after that long fumble recovery. We're down to a minute 50 remaining in the third quarter. It's been all Warriors here in quarter number 3. Two receivers right. Boston, another hand up the middle, another huge hole, and a helmet flying in the middle of that pile, losing his lid, was one of the Mohawk linemen. He's got to come out of the play at Scooter McPherson. It's a gain of 3 for Boston on the carry. He's got 13 carries for 45 yards.
McPherson. Glenhorn will come in to replace him for this play.
Yeah, when your helmet goes off on what is deemed a legal play, you have to come out for the equipment error. Second down, 7 to go, ball at the 41-yard line. We're just over a minute left in the third quarter. Mohawk leading 17-6. 5-seed Warriors looking to make their first trip ever to the WPL semifinals. Rona rolling out to his right. Tons of room in front of him. He takes off, he runs, and he slides right at the first down marker. He'll need 7 and gain 7 to move the chains.
Nice decision there by Rona. As he rolled out to his right, he's looking downfield, and then he's just seen Greenfield in front of him. He goes, I can get this 10 yards and keep it going and keep the clock running as we're down under a minute here as he gets it all the way down to the 34-yard line as they move the sticks. We're down under 35 seconds here to play in the third quarter. So Mohawk comes to the line. Down to 20 seconds here on the play clock.
1st and 10. Again, 2 tight ends set. Handoff up the middle from the gun. Boston fighting forward, driving the legs. The workhorse has been the workhorse all year. Fights forward for a gain of maybe 2 or 3.
And that'll be the end of the quarter here, James. But a huge quarter here for the Warriors as they retake the lead and lead by 11.
We'll be back in a moment. Today's broadcast courtesy of the Sons of Italy, Lodge 1171. You're listening to it at lcsportsnet.com and watching on the NFHS network.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Madur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Zeno Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
"12 minutes on the clock with a 17-6 Mohawk lead as we start the 4th quarter. Tim, a couple of touchdowns, a big pass from 2 quarterbacks. Jay Rona, 34 yards to Dante Retort, and then the double pass. Bobby Fadden, 32 yards to Joey Nail. Gives Mohawk from a 6-3 halftime deficit to a 2-score lead, and they're driving again.
Yeah, that big turnover here leading them downfield. So here's a chance again here for Mohawk to really take control of this ball game, possibly. Really, in a sense, not just control this game, but step on their necks here. As you're up by 11, you're looking to get up 3 scores here with this touchdown if they can get into the end zone.
2nd down and 8. 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends set. Handoff, Boston, big hole up the middle. Makes a man miss, makes another man miss. Inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. Boston is feeling it here in the second half.
That is exactly what Justin Boston has been doing all season long. He's come alive here in the second half on that draw, taking it up the gut and getting 15 yards on the play.
And on that run, he eclipses 1,000 yards on the season as well, Tim.
Yeah, well-deserved. He's been such a workhorse here on the ground for the Warriors. I'm going to go kind of...
Yeah, they can take their time here, Tim.
Yeah.
Still 12 on the play clock. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Boston to the left of Rona. He's watching that clock. He's going to try to shorten this game as much as possible. Another carry for Boston, and this time the box was stuffed, and nobody shipping up to Boston on this one. In fact, shipping back for a loss of 1.
Yeah, but he's still in the red zone, and don't forget you can get Spirit Sales can help raise big money for your organization. Fill out a form at the Red Zone, and the Red Zone does the rest. Visit them online at theredzone.com and see how the group can score big at the Red Zone.
Well, we're not going to have too many Boston references here, Tim, but it's been a long time since Mohawk has been in this situation. In fact, they've never been in this situation. A win, and they're in the Wpial semifinals for the first time ever. They've won 4 times in the first round. They're 0-4 in quarterfinal games. Rona, pump fake, looking for the back pylon, jump ball, fighting for it. Who's got it? Interception. It is intercepted, fighting for it on the way down and making the catch.
Yeah, he must have pulled it away there from Fadden, because usually if it comes with simultaneous catch that goes to the offense, but that time it went to the defense. They must have pulled it away from him. So that interception is a big play here for Imani to keep this at an 11-point ball game with just over 10 minutes here to play in the 4th quarter. And that could have been a backbreaker there if it went Mohawk's way on that jump ball.
10:21 remaining. That is a huge Maduro Bonner Law change in possession right there, Tim. It was Marcus Williams fighting with, I believe it was Fadden who was joining up for that jump ball. Again, we are very far away here in the press box.
I'm pretty sure it was Fadden for Mohawk.
Clairton and Union tied at 6 in the third quarter. Your latest out-of-town score update there. Here it's 17-6, early fourth quarter. Mohawk leading Imani, but the Saints have the football. Pump fake and a lot of room to run for Burnett down the far sideline. First down and more to the 30, to the 40, to the 45. Midfield still going, and it's going to take 3 or 4 Mohawk tacklers to finally hold him up. Can't bring him down, but to the 45-yard line, that is going to be a gain of 35 yards.
Yeah, we've seen Burnett do that throughout this ball game as once he came up out of the pocket, he's seeing green fields to his right and just rolled that way, turning on the Jets, getting all the way down to the 45-yard line of Mohawk. So again, asking the defense to come up big here.
Clock running, though, down to 9:40. Still lots of time to go, but it's a 2-score advantage for Mohawk. Burnett, play action.
They got him.
And he's going to try to, no, he thought he did, but he scripts out of 2 or 3 tackles. Throw on the run is going to be short, intended for Marcus Williams. He got him, you're right, but they didn't bring him down. It's so tough to bring down this 6'3", 205-pound, 4-star recruit.
You know, he's elusive, more elusive than you would think for a guy who's not played a lot of quarterback this year. He's been able to move up in the pocket and just kind of zigzag his way through and avoid some tacklers. And even there, he got rid of the ball, bringing up second down and 10. But, I mean, it was really a smart play there by Deshaun Burnett.
Tim, the pocket presence is what surprises me more than anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Second and 10. Mohawk asking for a false start in Paddock, and they finally do throw the flag for the procedure penalty. While we have a moment, I got to give a big shout-out to both Coach McCutcheon and Coach Johnson. They were so nice to be able to talk to us leading up to this game. I mean, Coach McCutcheon we've talked with all year long, and Coach Johnson always so great to us. We shared a funny moment on the field. I did a game of his first year coaching at Stowe Rocks on this field when they lost to Olsh. And he, let's just say he had fun with his team afterwards. It was not a game he was pleased with. They were doing up-downs for about 45 minutes after the game. While he was giving the interview for us, they were still doing their calisthenics. And now that was a fun memory to come back to. Screen pass on second and long and well read. A huge gain for Davis to the 40 down to the 35-yard line. Perfectly called play. And then a hit late behind the play. Flags stay in the pocket. It's going to be a 15-yard gain, and it looks like the chains will move.
Yeah, it was a perfect call on that screenplay as 3 defenders had to jump up high trying to defect that ball, but they couldn't get to it and ran right into the land. So it was just kind of almost a jailbreak scenario here for Imani Christian.
Yeah, perfectly timed on that screen, and that's what he's done so well as an Imani coordinator, as a Stowe Rocks coach, head coach and coordinator, and now back at Imani Christian. Wildcat carry right up the middle, down from the 35 down to the 29, so a 6-yard gain moving the pile. That was Jenkins on another Wildcat carry.
This is a big possession here for Imani. Not only did they turn 7 points away from Mohawk on the interception, they're trying to go downfield and answer that with a touchdown. They now have the ball inside the 30 of Mohawk.
Back, Chapman almost gets him from behind, steps on the pocket, throw over the middle is going to be short, and it skipped its way in for an incomplete pass. Oh, no, they're calling that a catch.
I think they're calling it a catch, yeah.
I guess so. That is a 26-yard catch on the sliding effort to Hubbard. First and goal at the 3-yard line. Imani quickly up. It's like they're trying to prevent a challenge. No challenge, obviously, in high school. Wildcat snap for Jenkins. He's going to be upended by double Chapmans and Verdi in there as well for no gain. That looked from up here that it skipped in, Tim, but they're a lot closer than we are.
Yeah, too bad we'll have to check that later tonight on the replay. But
yeah, your LCAP replay later on.
Yeah, but needless to say, he had to go down to a sliding catch, kind of like a hook slide into second base. But now we got a flag, so we had too many men in the huddle. So that's going to cost them 5 yards as he comes racing off. But once you get into the huddle, that is where the infraction happens.
One of the keys of the game, pre-snap penalties. That's 6 of them against Imani Christian. 9 total penalties accepted in this game against the Saints. That'll mark it back now to 2nd and goal from the 8 as the Saints are in the red zone. Wildcat look. Davis is going to take the snap with 3 blockers in front of him. Rolling out to his right. Has some blockers. Flag thrown in the middle of the pile. He races to the pylon. He's going to get there. Touchdown for now, but I think this one's coming back as well.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a holding on the interior line here of Imani Christian. And that is unfortunate timing because Davis had a nice run. He looks like he might be injured, too, as they're going to get help up. As he's going to come off the field here for the next play, it looks like.
And it's worse than a hold. It's a chop block. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Wow.
So that is going to push them. And this is first and goal scenario. Actually, goal second. It's going to be second and goal scenario. So they're going to mark the ball back to about the 18-yard line, James. They only marked it off 10 yards.
Is chop only a 10-yard penalty? It might be. I'm thinking the college rules. So it is a 10-yard penalty. Back to the 18-yard line. Trips right on 2nd and goal from the 18. Throw over the middle. Burnett a little behind the defender. Diving attempt, and it's not going to be caught. Mohawk thought they had the pick. Believe that was Joey Nail again in the coverage. He's been all over the field on both sides of the football tonight.
Yeah, defensively, Joey Nail's had a big game here tonight as he rolled in front and just got it up at the 1-yard line, juggled it, couldn't, as he was rolling over, couldn't control it as it falls to the ground. But needless to say, a huge play, bringing up 3rd down and 18. 2 more downs here for the Mohawk defense on 3rd and goal.
Winner takes on Steel Valley or Western Beaver. That's a 21-18 game right now, late in the 3rd quarter.
Mohawk only rushing 3.
Trips
Linebacker
right.
coming in.
And a blitz at the last second, and guess who it is? Jackson Chapman with a big sack and another loss of 10.
Yeah, they only rushed 3, and then coming in late was Jackson as Chapman came right up the gut, got right to Burnett, spin him down at the 30-yard line, and Burnett is hurt. So he's going to have to come off the field, and he's going to be helped off the field by his teammates. And they're going to call a timeout here for the official timeout to get the player off. And he is going to get helped by his offensive lineman as he is just going to walk over. And that is a huge play there by the defense for Mohawk, led there by Jackson Chapman coming in big on that delayed blitz for that sack back to the 26-yard line.
I'll tell you what, he is a dark horse candidate for your MVP Insurance MVP of the game. We'll have our MVP Insurance MVP of the game award recipient at the end of this one, as well as our Melee Chiropractic play of the game, because he has disrupted a lot of those plays in the backfield.
He has led this defense to some big plays here tonight.
4th and goal from the 26-yard line. 3 receivers set. The timeout allows them to keep Burnett in the game if they want, but he is not in there. It's going to be Davis taking a wildcat run to the right. He's got blockers into the 20, to the 15, and run out of bounds at the 10. So with your quarterback ineligible for the playoffs, your number 2 quarterback hurt on the last play, they go to Davis. He gains about 16 yards, but it is a turnover on downs.
A huge turnover on downs. And that change of possession is brought to you by ModernBonnerLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service, as it's an important opportunity here. But, that was a long drive, and to come up short, they intercepted that ball in the end zone and drove all the way down to the 10-yard line of Mohawk and come away with no points, still trailing by 11.
Yeah, can't take 4 minutes off the clock like that, Tim, and not get points on the board. But now Mohawk starts at their own 10, 6:09 remaining. They still lead 17-6. Shotgun snap, Boston tries to get to the edge, now cuts up field, gets upended just shy of the 15-yard line. Gain of about 3 or 4 on 1st down. And the clock winding now. We're midway through this 4th quarter.
Yeah, this is where that 40-second clock is going to come really in handy here for Mohawk, as the clock down to about only 30 seconds here before they need to stop it. Rona getting the play from the sideline. He'll run back to the huddle and relay it, but they got plenty of time, over 20 seconds still on the play clock. They can just kind of try to milk this as much as possible on the no rush to snap this ball as it's down to under 15 seconds here, James.
Yeah, they're going to take their time. Second down, 6 to go. Little inside handoff. Verdi's got room in front to the 20. Lots of room. Past the 30 to the 40. Up to the races. 40, 30. And dragged down at about the 25-yard line. A.J. Verdi, the little inside tight end trap. What a call, Tim. That's a gain of about 60 yards.
I tell you what, you got to give it up to this Mohawk coaching staff as they continue to find ways to attack this Imani defense differently than they did in the first half. And this time it was Verdi with a huge run on that, as you called, trap play as he goes reverse side and takes it down the Imani sideline, or excuse me, the Mohawk sideline all the way down to the 26-yard line. Huge run and an opportunity now to milk more time off the clock.
Exactly 60 yards on that carry. He had 56 total rushing yards on the year, did the big man A.J. Verdi. Only his 8th carry of the year as well. Boston, your traditional runner, handoff up the middle, going nowhere, stopped right at the line for no gain. And I think you're going to get your first Imani Christian timeout taken with 4:19 remaining. They have 2 Pontius Insurance timeouts left to go here, Tim. But talk about that play again. You fake it one way, and then the inside trap. Not often do you have a tight end who's athletic enough to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, it's kind of like you mentioned, kind of like a wing T look, but not with a double wing. And what they did is they handed it off to Verdi, and Verdi just went right to the edge on the right-hand side and then down the sidelines. From that point on, it was just a matter of can he get a couple blocks on the way, and he did get them around midfield and around the 40-yard line to spring him down inside the 30 before he was tackled from behind. I believe when you look at that, making that tackle, I believe it was Gabe Jenkins for Imani Christian to really save that touchdown. But right now, the idea of just keep the ball on the ground, keep the ball in front of you. You know, a play-action pass here would not be a bad call in mind. Something short, trying to keep the clock running. It'll be interesting to see what the coaching staff comes up with here on 2nd down and 10.
Real quick, here's a score update from Class 4A. How about this? Aliquippa 31, Latrobe 29, and Latrobe just recovered a fumble with 5 minutes left to go. How about that?
Interesting developments.
Shannon 13-6, Union 6-6, Steel Valley 21-18. There's another out-of-town scoreboard for you on 2nd and 10. Boston, another carry, patiently waiting for his blocks to develop. Fights forward, pushing the pile inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. Tick, 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 down to 4:10 remaining. Gain of 3.
Yeah, they'll probably let the clock run on this down and then use another timeout here after this 3rd down play and try to save some time if you're Imani. You'll see what they choose to do. They used one already defensively during this series. But you're in no rush here if you're a Mohawk. Down to 15 on the play clock.
And I think Mohawk might let it go down at this point and call their own.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to use their own timeout.
Yeah, not a bad idea here. Let's make sure you get the play call right. Again, give a shout-out to our friends at Pontius Insurance. Give them a call. Visit pontiusinsurance.com to get your free quote. Tim, 3rd and 8 coming up with 3:30 remaining. Mohawk leading 17-6. Justin Boston's gotten the last couple of carries. He's got 65 yards. I think it's more than a feeling he might get a carry here, or do you dial up something different, maybe a play action?
I'm thinking play action would be a great call right here. I mean, if you do have one of the best quarterbacks in the Wpial and Jay Rona, you have so many targets to choose from. You have, Fadden, who's had a great game. You got Blake Loden. We haven't really mentioned him as a receiver here tonight. You got Dante Ritori, caught that touchdown pass. You have Boston out of the backfield. You got A.J. Verdi, who can catch something over the middle. I mean, there's a lot of chances here. I mean, obviously the safe play is to run the ball, make them use a timeout. And if you get the first down, that's even better. In a scenario, if you can run the ball and pick up the 8 yards for that first down. But if you don't, in your back pocket, you got Josh Wilkins.
But here's the thing. They're up by 11 right now. To get to 14?
Well, yeah, it does, because I know they go for 2 every time. But they have to complete at least one of the two to beat you.
That's true. It's still a two-score advantage, but at least you do have to convert at least one of those conversions. So 3rd down and 8. Let's see what Mohawk does on this 3rd and 8 before we talk about what a 4th down situation may be. 2 tight ends set, 2 receivers to the left. Rona has Boston as well to his left. He'll get the handoff up the middle, and it's hit immediately for a loss of 2 and another quick timeout taken by Imani Christian with 3:25 remaining. And it was more than a feeling that Boston was going to get that one for sure, and that's the feeling Coach Johnson had. He sent the house.
That's a good play. Even though it's a loss, he ran through the middle of the field, so Wilkins has a straight-on field goal attempt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not from the left hash or the right hash. It's right down the middle, so it should be in his best scenario here for him. And we'll see. I see Josh come out after the end of that play, so they are going to try the field goal attempt. Hopefully they'll get a good snap. Last time they did it, they had the high snap, and they had to run the fake at the last moment. And unfortunately, Fadden's pass was completed to retort, but it was just at the line of scrimmage. Never really had an opportunity to get that first down when they had that busted play.
Out-of-town scoreboard. Here's one you don't want to hear. How about a block punt, scoop and score? Beaver Falls leads Neshannock 14-13 with 2 minutes left.
Wow. Special teams has been a big part of every game we've watched here in the Whipple playoffs this year.
Beaver Falls finally has their team back. Beaver Falls has all their players back from what they've missed the last 3 or 4 games. Their quarterback, their running back, and one of their big offensive linemen. They're all back in the action. They knew that was going to be a tough game. That went into overtime in that one. Here, a 17-6 lead for Mohawk, and out to attempt a 43-yard field goal is Wilkins. Snap back. Fadden's hold is down. The kick is up. It's got the leg. No, it doesn't. It's short. It held up at the last second. It was just short on the 43-yard field goal, so we're not done yet.
But you know what? I don't mind that field goal attempt. Obviously, he didn't get his foot into it like he normally has because that is well within his range. That was short. That was unique. He just got underneath the ball there. But again, you got to remember in high school football, once the ball gets over the end zone, it's like a punt.
Yes.
So the ball's going to come out to the 20-yard line. Not like in the NFL where the ball is kicked. This is a punt. Not a bad thing. You're up by 11. They got to get 2 scores to take the lead. They have to go at least 80 yards to get their first touchdown. And with 3:21, and the way your defense is playing, I don't have a problem with that. Unfortunately, it didn't go through the uprights, but it's direct. It's a great call and a great play. Even a quality result if you didn't make the field goal.
And there's even confusion up here in the booth about that. And now here's the part 2. Burnett on the sideline still. It's a Wildcat snap again. But, oh, my goodness! He's off to the races! An 80-yard touchdown run for David Davis!
Yeah, no flags. One play.
Oh, my goodness.
Got to the edge, and once he got to the edge, he just turned on the burners, and that changes everything on one play. Wow. They marked the ball at the 3-yard line. Here comes the 2-pointer, I imagine, as they trail 17-12 right now. But this has just became a very precarious situation here for the Warriors.
And Imani still has 1 timeout remaining, by the way. That run took 13 seconds. Davis, just his 7th carry of the game, but it went for an 80-yard touchdown. He's in the gun now for the conversion. He'll bring a man in motion. Dropping back, going out to his right, looking for an opening. Stiff arms Verdi, and he's going to get dragged backwards by Verdi and company, so the conversion is no good. 17-12 with 3:08 remaining. Potential onside kick when we return at lcsportsnet.com and NFHS.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's high school football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the WPIAL Scoreboard Show, only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hi, this is Don Rebel. Join me in a cast of thousands for all the scores with recaps from the top games, plus we highlight the night on the Trib Live Roundtable. That's the WPIAL Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and at tribhssn.triblive.com.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
17-12 your score with 3:08 remaining. Imani Christian just got a 80-yard touchdown run from their third different quarterback of the season. And a timeout's going to be called from Mohawk to make sure they got the correct personnel out there because I think they actually had too many out there on the field. We have a probably onside kick coming. Coach Leroy Johnson's going to talk to his squad. Coach McCutcheon's going to make sure his Warriors are on the same page. Real quick, a recap, Tim. It was a 6-3 score, Imani leading at the halftime break. 2 touchdowns in the third quarter from Rona to Retort and from Fadden to Nail made it 17-6. A missed field goal, 43 yards, came up just short. They're out of their quarterback. He's hurt. Deshaun Burnett is. They bring in David Davis. He's basically just been the Wildcat guy, and that's it. Well, he takes one 80 yards to the house to make this interesting at 17-12.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing the Warriors couldn't do happened to them on that 80-yard run there by David Davis. They gave up the big play. So this is now, you have to be ready. Your front line has to be paying attention to where that ball is. All you want to do is fall on it. You don't have to return it. Your secondary guys, that's where your hand guys are at. That's where you're seeing Dante Retort and some others here. It's really important right now to pay attention to where that ball is at and converge on it. Block in front of you to make sure that your guys who are your hand specialists can get to the ball.
And they go with a quick kick on the muddle huddle. It goes all the way to the 40-yard line, and Fadden falls on it and then just curls up in the fetal position. Kick just a little bit too far. I like the idea, though, with that little muddle huddle.
Yeah, no, it's a great play right out of the huddle. Just race to the ball and kick it on the ground and try to get to it. Unfortunately for Imani, they kicked it a little too hard, but it was great. Positioning was Fadden to fall on it, and now you have a scenario where they really can't stop the clock again, right? They're out of timeouts.
I think they got one. They got one left,
timeouts,
yes.
So you got one first down. One first down to seal this ball game away here. But you're going to have 40 seconds, 3 different downs to take away.
Now it's the Imani faithful who are coming to their feet. Shotgun set. 3 receivers set. Verdi goes in motion for throwing it back to the 25-yard line is the getting the reverse, and that's Retort back to the 30. That's a loss of 11. Ball came out after he was down, but that is an 11-yard loss. Imani thought that they picked up the football, but he was down, was Retort after a long loss.
And they marked the ball back at the 29-yard line, so that's a 12-yard loss.
Wow.
But the clock continues to run. So unfortunately, you hate to lose that many yards because you really needed a first down here to seal this ball game away. It was an interesting call to do a reverse like that this late in the game. Unfortunately, he went deep behind the line of scrimmage trying to make a play, and it just did not happen.
I guess if there's good news, it took an extra 10 seconds because the play took so long.
Yeah.
Down to 2:10 remaining. 17-12, Mohawk with the lead. Handoff, Boston up the middle, tripped up immediately. Loss of 1. There's your final timeout taken with 2:03 left. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's going to be precarious all the way down to the last moment. You're going to have a chance to take 80 seconds off this. Well, not quite. You get 25 seconds coming out of this timeout, but you'll have 40 seconds after the next play. So, you're going to get about a minute 5 off this clock, maybe a minute 10 if you can run a good play here. And it will take about 5 seconds off the clock before they mark the ball. But you're going to probably punt the ball away with about, anywhere between a minute to 50 seconds left in this game. And it's going to be into the hands of your special teams because they're going to have to come after it. They'll probably have one guy back and have 10 guys go after it. They may bring in the entire house. So a lot of scenarios coming up here. You don't want to throw the ball here. Much as you have a great quarterback in Rona and great receivers, boy, I wouldn't try to get it all back here as much as anything. I want that clock to run.
It is a final. Beaver Falls 14, Neshannock 13 as you look at the brackets. Winner of this one takes on either Steel Valley or Western Beaver. That's in a nail-biter as well. Union trailing Clairton late as well. But here, 3rd and 24 with 2 minutes remaining. Rona in the gun. They're going to go again with the little handoff. Inside trap to Verdi coming to the near side. He's upended at the 29-yard line. Good tackle made by Chavon Allen for a 3 or 4 yard pickup. But the clock will now run. They'll let it go all the way down. It'll be about a minute and 10 seconds left, minute and 15 maybe, when they have to snap this football.
Yep. 4th down and 22, 20 seconds here to punt the ball away. So Blake Logan will stand around his 15-yard line to punt this ball away.
And it's the dangerous David Davis standing near midfield. He had the long 80-yard touchdown that has kept Imani in this game. Low snap, and Logan able to get it off, and he just made sure this was away from everybody. He made sure there was no chance Davis was going to return it, but it didn't even make it to midfield. It's going to be called at the 40-yard line.
Wow.
Minute 14 remaining. Ball at the 40-yard line after the short punt.
Here,
wow.
You're leaving the door wide open here for the Saints to crash through here. It's going to take some big plays here defensively to keep this speed in front of you. We've seen what David Davis can do on the outside. We've seen what Burnett, if he returns to the field, can do. It doesn't look like he's going to be there. We've seen Gabe Jenkins make plays. So it's going to be those two, or you're going to have to keep an eye on.
Davis has not thrown one yet since he's got the quarterback position. He slips as he goes and tries to run on the right edge, and he's going to have to get back to the line. This is a loss of 1. They're trying to get back set. A minute remaining. I'm not sure the team was even the flag thrown, and there's going to be a penalty, and this should also have a 10-second runoff for a false start and a legal shift.
Yep. So this should mark them back 5 yards, plus, as you mentioned, a 10-second runoff. The clock's at 58 seconds. If they do run it off, they'll bring it down to 48 seconds.
Yeah, I believe, there should be a 10-second runoff because the clock was running, correct?
Would make sense.
Well, it is running
They're
now.
running it now.
It should be running. There he goes. Takes a half second to make sure that that 2-second delay we had on the play clock earlier. We're down to 48 seconds. 17-12 the score. Imani needs a touchdown to take the lead and win it. 4 receivers to the right. Davis runs to the left where there's nobody. He gets around the edge from Jackson Chapman and gets out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Student body went right. Quarterback went left. He's out of bounds with 36 seconds left.
Yeah, you got to know your assignments. You got to stay as hard as it is in your assignments and believe in your teammates. But a big run there by Davis as they advance it out to the 30-yard line.
Clock stops for the first down. There's 36 seconds remaining. Davis trying to put his team on his back, and there's a false start that was missed. Left tackle jumped, and there's finally the flag.
It came late. We'll see what they call here.
There it is. There's the false start.
They got it. So they'll move them back 5 to the 35-yard line. Obviously, no time off the clock.
And there is no 10-second runoff in the high school game. Thank you, Henry Frangel, for giving us the clarification on that. We've had a lot of those necessary tonight. Always need you, sir. 4 receivers to the right. Will he run to the left again, or will he actually run to the right this time? It's Jenkins taking the snap, rolling to his right. He's going to try to fire down the field. It's a great throw to the end zone, and it's knocked away at the last second by Fadden. What a bomb that was from Gabe Jenkins. Where did that come from?
Oh, he played that perfectly. It looked like he was going to run the ball. He pulled up and threw deep, and he had a man open, but 2 Warrior defenders, and Fadden getting his hands up, knocking that ball loose at the last second. It brings up 2nd down and 15. Only 6 seconds came off the clock. Still a lot of time left in this ball game. 2nd down and 15.
17-12, 29 seconds remaining. Davis back at quarterback. He runs to the right. He's got a convoy in front of him. Got a huge block in front from Davis, but then is tripped up after a 4-yard gain, and he's inbounds. Clock's running. Down to 20, 19,
came through
18.
with that big tackle there for Mohawk.
To the 31-yard line under center, and they will snap it and spike it quickly with 11 seconds remaining, and now it's going to be 4th down and 11.
Well, they're going to have to throw the ball. I mean, they may not. It may not be their ultimate strength in the ball game, but with 11 seconds left and trailing by 5, you need the 6-pointer. I mean, the math tells you you're going to have to throw the ball. Ball is sitting at the 32-yard line.
They're trying to put time back on the clock.
Yeah, good timeout here by Mohawk. Get your defense ready. Talk it over about your responsibilities. Talk about the scenario that you're in. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Don't try to do more than you have to do. Know your responsibilities and get the job done. It's going to be difficult. I mean, obviously we've seen some big plays here tonight from the Mohawk defense, and led by Jackson Chapman and Alex Chapman, both of them making big plays throughout this game. But they're going to have to play within the system and understand what the responsibilities are. Hey, if you have a shot to quarterback, you got to take it. But in the same vein, you don't want to leave someone open because you thought you could get there. So 4th down and 11, James. Really 4th down and the quarterfinals.
Mohawk has never made it to a WPIAL semifinal. They're one play away from getting there. 12 seconds left. 17-12 your score. Imani with the ball at the 31-yard line, trailing by 5. Snap back. Jenkins with it. He's going to fire to the near sideline. It's going to be caught at the 25. It's dropped. It's caught and dropped. It went through the hands. He tried to run before he caught it. And Mohawk, for the first time in school history, advances to the WPIAL semifinals.
Yeah, it was out there in the flat. He had room in front of him. He just tried to run with the ball before he had it, and the ball gets the turf. And a big turn event here on the change of possession. What a time for a ModernaBonnerLaw.com change of possession, James.
He needed to catch and run, did Destin Hubbard. He needed to gain about 6 more yards to be able to get to the first down marker. It would have been close. Time would have been close as well, but he didn't secure the catch. Mohawk, a kneel down away. And there it is.
The genuflect.
The Mohawk Warriors heading to the semifinals. Mohawk 17, Imani Christian 12. Postgame show when we return. What a great 4-5 matchup we had. Glad to have it for you here at LC Sportsnet and the NFHS Network.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered. In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Tri-County Principals post-game show coming at you. Your final score, Mohawk 17, Imani 12. An incredible, crazy game all the way through. Mohawk a couple of second-half touchdown passes, Retort and Nail catching them from Rona and Fadden respectively, and then having to hang on at the end. Imani making a run late, but the final pass incomplete. And Mohawk, for the first time ever, to the WPIAL semifinals. I got to head to field level. Tim Continenz is going to take you through this Tri-County Principals post-game show. You can enjoy my chicken scratch here.
Yeah.
Tim, have fun.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll enjoy that as we get started on tonight's A little more information there from the boss, but I definitely want to take this opportunity to give a shout out to the Sons of Italy for our sponsorship of tonight's ball game. Sons of Italy has the Veterans Day breakfast Saturday, the 11th. That is, of course, tomorrow. Free for all veterans, active duty military, and their spouses. Doors open at 6:30 a.m. Meal blessing at 7. The breakfast is served. Then at 7, honor guarders will pay tributes as well. Veteran Day festivities will continue in the evening. No cover cost to all veterans and active duty military with ID and planes over Vegas as a cut loose show. Doors open at 8 and door open to the public. Visit Sons of Italy number 1171 on Facebook for more details. And thanks again to Sons of Italy Lodge 1171 for their sponsorship here tonight. Well, you got to get going here as Josh Wilkins opened up the scoring here for Mohawk as they went 7 plays for only 6 yards, but it was a 45-yard field goal to give the Warriors an early lead, 3-0. Imani Christian would get on the scoreboard on a touchdown pass, a 39-yard pass that went from Burnett to Wilkins. And the conversion failed, a 2-point conversion, and we had a 6-3, and that's where we were at halftime. In the third quarter, Mohawk came out and really had their quarter as they were able to get going as Dante Retort caught a 34-yard touchdown pass from Jay Rona to get Mohawk back the lead. It was a 3-play, 59-yard drive to make it 10-6. Mohawk would get back on the scoreboard again, this time on a 32-yard pass on a double pass as they first threw it out to Fadden, and Fadden threw downfield and found Joey Nail open for the touchdown. That only took 2 plays and a minute 2 off the clock, and it extended Mohawk's lead to 17-6. It was late in the ball game as Mohawk was driving down. They were going to settle for a 43-yard field goal attempt by Josh Wilkins. Unfortunately, his kick got underneath the ball and came up short, which surprised everybody in the stadium as it was a little to the right, and they turned the ball back over to Imani Christian at the 20-yard line, and it only took Imani Christian 1 play as they gave it to David Davis. He went to the right side and went 80 yards for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion failed, and that made it 17-12, and that's the way tonight's game has ended. It's now time to do our Maley Chiropractic Play and MVP Insurance Player, the Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award, and the Maley of the Award will go to Joey Nail for the reception of the Fadden pass for the touchdown. And Maley Chiropractic is proud to pronounce tonight's Play of the Game Award to Joey Nail on the Maley Chiropractic and Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Joey tonight for tonight's Play of the Game, and he will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. Video of tonight's Play of the Game may also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network standout platform and on Twitter and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and a full list of the season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations again to Joey Nail on the 32-yard reception from Fadden in the third quarter, 15-6 as our Play of the Game on the double pass. Congratulations again to Joey for being tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. And for tonight's MVP of the Game Award, MVP Insurance MVP Game Award, we were talking about this during the break, and I think we came up with a great great selection in Jackson Chapman, number 84 for the Mohawk Warriors here tonight. Defensively, he led this team and had a couple big sacks and made some huge plays throughout the game. And he is tonight's MVP Insurance, MVP Game Award winner. MVP Insurance is proud to present the MVP of the Game Award to Jackson Chapman of Mohawk. MVP Insurance and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Jackson here to the MVP and receive a customized T-shirt, courtesy of the Red Zone, and recognition of being tonight's MVP. To view a full list of this year's game MVPs, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on MVP of the Game. Congratulations again to Jackson Chapman of Mohawk for being tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance. Call MVP for the win. And it has been a fun game here tonight. No question about it. We've seen a lot of great plays here. And congratulations to Mohawk for advancing to the semifinals for the first time in school history in the Whipple, as they were able to outlast Imani Christian Saints here tonight, 17-6. All right, for my partner James Dodson, I'm Tim Continenza, wishing you all a wonderful good evening. We'll talk to you next week right here on lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP with the NFHS Network. Have a great night, everyone.